What do I do with these?
Boom! Ask those questions not when I hit boom.
You went boom.
I went
It's
boom.
a premature boom.
It was a
I'm taking this to Boomtown. I wasn't prepared.
population boom.
Population boom, me. All right, guys. Welcome to Game 7, Day 3 of Cancon. We've got 2 more games left. This one and one more. This game, much auspicious, much hyped. All the hype.
All the hype!
It is Table 2, however. It's not Table 1.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
But the winner of this game will be on Table 1 on the final stream.
Most likely.
Most likely. Unless it's like a very, very small win.
Because there's quite a few people that are... There are quite a few people on the same number of win-loss. So, for example, we are. The reason we picked this table, for a number of reasons, Eric and Hayden Walduck, who are undefeated, we streamed them both yesterday.
We've already streamed them both.
And the winner of that game will be in the championship round.
We have to stream them.
And we have to stream them, so we're trying to avoid streaming someone 3 times.
Yeah.
So we
you might
went
want
to
to
the
change this. This is T-Suns. This is not Demons.
It's not even T-Suns. It's Chaos.
Chaos Demons. Oh, whatever.
No, the primary is Chaos. It's down as Chaos Demons.
Australia's version of Sadler and Waldorf. I hope they're good commentators.
I don't know, Waldorf's a salad, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So what's a Stadler? So you're a salad. Which a bit of a toss. And I'm Stadler,
Jeez.
which I think some kind of euphemism. I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna change that to just say Chaos, because technically it's primary Chaos, because it's a mixed Zench detachment, which falls under the Chaos ITC faction.
But we know what you guys want, and we're going to give you what you need. That's lists.
I'm going to tell you what
Lists,
you want,
baby.
what you really, really want. All right, so these guys are number 1 and 2 ITC ranked in Australia, and they're the second top table. As my learned colleague just suggested, the winner of this should, in theory, be on the top table for the final round. That being said, this is positions 3 and 4. But if we go right down to position 14, so 3 to 14, all are on 5 wins, 1 loss. So there's quite a few people still technically in the running.
That bottom, that like upper top bracket. I don't know what you call it. Like just sitting below the undefeated guys. That bracket is huge.
Yep.
Very, very fleshed out.
And what would be really interesting is if Eric wins his round 7 and Morrisoli wins his round 7. They've already played.
They've already played.
So it's going to be a very weird scenario where both of them end up playing down, and it'll be interesting to see.
If it's a tight game between Morrisoli and Chris probably still plays Eric next if Eric wins, or Walduck. But Walduck hasn't played Morrisoli.
Yeah, it's all going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
It's going to be hard to pick. Sorry, man. Look, I understand a few people would like to see the Duck versus the Eric, but unfortunately we're trying to... well, look, this is still going to be an awesome game.
Well, we had 2 top caliber games to pick from, and one of those tables, neither of them had been on stream yet.
Yep.
But there were 2 top shelf players, ranked number 1 and number 2 in the ITC. It's very rare these 2 guys get to play. In fact, I think they've only played each other once or twice in the history of their 40k careers. We had an opportunity to get them on stream. We thought we'd take it, seeing as we're most likely going to have either Duck or Eric definitely on probably next game.
All right, so they've just cleaned up some of the terrain, so I'm just going to just jig up my overlay, because otherwise we'll be drawing all over the place. Won't know where things are. It'll be rubbish. The other thing I might do is just see... I feel as though CP is going to be quite important in this game. Well, it's always important. But I might see if they can just keep, rather than a dice showing how many, we'll see if we can get them to put the number of dice. But you know what? I might wait. We'll wait till...
Panic's career is a strong word for 40k. I don't know, man. What do you want to call it then? Make up a word, mate. Pick an arbitrary word out.
Today is our public holiday for the colonisation of our country. Look, I'm proud to be Australian. I don't know if I'd pick this day.
Neither.
But we're going to stay away as much as we can from politics, because...
I just enjoy the fact we get another day of 40k.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy Australia Day is right now, because we get a 3-day weekend to play 40k.
That's right. That's not the most Aussie shit ever.
Yeah.
Australia.
Australia.
All right, lists people. Here we go. We have Christopher Wright. He has an Azurani battalion. He starts off with Craftwood, Elfway. And what do you know what that means? Eldrad. Because he's 135 points and you've been insane not to freaking take him. Then he's got a Warlock Skyrunner, who I'm guessing is his Jinx. Then he's got 20 Guardian Defenders with two Shuriken Cannons, and then 5 Rangers and 5 Rangers to fill out that battalion requirements. He has 3 War Walkers with 2 Scatter Lasers each. They're cheap. He's got 2 Wraith Lords then with 2 Scatter Lasers, 2 Shuriken Catapults, and their fists. But I love to see them on the table, but it's a weird choice. Then he has a Vanguard attachment of Harlequins, which is Silent Shroud. He has a Troop Master, which is his Warlord. Then he has a 6 Skywaves with Haywires, a Solitaire, and 2 Death Jesters. Lastly, he has an Airwind attachment, which is Cabal, the Black Heart, with 1, 2, 3 Razor Wings, and a Void Raven Bomber. It's a good list. He's only dropped 1 game so far, as has Matt. They've both dropped a game to this point. But look, it's a bit weird, a bit eclectic. The Warwalkers and the Wraith Lords do seem completely out of place.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I agree with that heavy support, just in its entirety.
Yeah.
But hey, he's gone 5-1.
Yeah, it can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad. And for what it's worth, his loss was in round 4. Do you know how many top players lost in round 4? Matt Morrisoli, Christopher Wright, both lost in round 4. And there are a number of other players in the pointy end. Jeremy Young, and yeah, pretty impressive. So what we might do is we're going to try that roving deployment mic scenario that we so successfully did.
Well, hang on. We got the list.
Yeah.
My list.
Bash it through.
Mr. Number 1, Matt Morrisoli, which he was being called, and he has a battalion detachment of Mixed Chaos Demons. He has a Demon Prince with Axe Wings, who is Khorne. You know what that is. He has a Poxbringer. Then he has 28 Bloodletters and 25 Pink Horrors. So there's 2 bombs right there. Then he has a battalion attachment of 1,000 Suns, Change Caster, a Sorcerer, Brimstone Horrors, 29 Zangors, 21 Zangors, a Supreme Command attachment with Ironman, a Demon Prince, Sorcerer on Disc. Lots of smites, lots of bombs, lots of meat on the bone.
Yep.
I actually really like this list. So it's interesting though that against the Flyers can't play shenanigans with their movement phase because they'll just get eaten by Demon Princes. He'll seek his smite out possibly almost 2 a turn if he's using Doombolt on top of smites, on top of Gateway, on top of all those things. And then the Khorne Demon Prince can go and if he gets the right charge, can kill 2 in a turn.
Yeah.
On top of that, he's got a secondary Demon Prince. He's got Ironman. He's got Sorcerers on Disc, taking all 12 birds out of the sky. He's actually going to have to be cagey here. He can't be aggressive, which actually works into Matt Morrisoli, the way Matt Morrisoli's list wants to play. Because he wants to get to the middle of the board and then just drop bombs on you.
100%.
He's got a Bloodletter bomb, he's got a Horror bomb, and he's got 2 Zangor bombs to drop in your face and charge and try and mop you up. But this is a very cagey Eldar list. If you look, even by the way he's playing right now, you can tell he's thought this matchup through.
Yep.
And he's playing very cagey. So it looks like they've got Corner's deployment. And yes, of course, the Eldar have gone first. It'll be interesting to see what their secondaries have picked. I'm guessing.
Yes, I've got them right here.
Well, against Matt, everyone kind of falls in the trap of trying to go for Headhunter.
Which he's gone.
He's got so many characters. They go for Reaper because he's got the bombs.
He's got the Reaper.
And I'm going to make one last guess that he's going to go for Recon.
Mark for Death.
Balls. So he's would have marked the bombs and he's still for
Reaper. Yep. Whereas Matt number 1 Morrisoli has picked Big Game Hunter, Headhunter, and Old School. We'll see if Old School pays off for him.
Well, there's no reason he shouldn't get a first blood here. He's got all those War Walkers to pick up easy kills. He's got all these planes to pick up easy kills.
It's a bold move, Carton.
It's a very bold move. There we go. They're one for the day.
All right. Okay, so you take this headset. We're going to do the switcheroo.
Go check out some of those top tables for us. Well, check out.
I want to do the deployment.
Well, it's already the game's already started, mate. Missed your window.
Hey. Watch 40K. That should be our new slogan. We don't have a slogan. We need a slogan, guys. Okay. Looks like we are into psychic times. Yeah, I gotcha. Stream, confirm or deny the presence of Diffie. Huh? I can barely hear you. We have had a request. Said Diffie is not present. So if this is the shooting phase, I would have expected Matt to try and play Warp Surge on those Plague Bearers, and I would have expected Chris to vect that with quick authority. Whether or not he did or not is the question. Although, seeing as he has, looks like he has a marker next to those Plague Bearers, I would assume he actually has Warp Surge them, and that he did not vect it. Which might be a mistake, all told, at the end of this. We'll wait and find out. Diffie. Brianka. Briankia. We were actually just happy to be able to take a break yesterday while the Americans argued over semantics. We absolutely enjoy their company. But yeah, they're on a runaway train. We're just like, you know what? We'll just chop out for 10 minutes, have a breather, have a drink. Good times. We might still be in the movement phase. No, it's not in the movement phase. So the Void Rain Bombers looks like it's dialing up. It might be targeting the Zangors at the back with a few shots, plus the Plague Bearers with another few shots. I can hear you now pretty well. The blue things are Plague Bearers. He's tried to work them all into his same theme of like being a whole Zinch holistic detachment, with the exception of the red Corn Demon Prince, of course. So these are blue Plague Horrors. They are Plague Bearers, but...
Alright, so in theory, I should be coming through both your headset and the stream.
Yep, I can hear you. I think the Diffie can be heard by the stream now, yes?
Okay, so from a deployment perspective, we have a couple of characters at the back of the table. So we have the Solitaire on the far right.
Yep.
We have what I believe is a Death Jester.
Yep.
Here.
Yeah, we can see.
Yep. And there are a couple of characters then spread out across Chris's deployment.
What are the guys at the top of the ruins, by the way?
They are Rangers.
Cool, of course.
So there's 3 sitting on top, but then there's 1 on the middle level, then 1 on the bottom.
Yep.
And as far as everything else is pretty much what you see is all that jazz. As far as Matt's concerned, most things are just where you expect them to be. There is a small unit of something. I'm just trying to get a good look. There's a small unit under there. So under the ruin on Matt's left-hand side, there's a unit kind of hugging the wall on the bottom floor. But outside that, everything looks pretty much, as I said, where it is. So we've got a couple of Plague Bearers dropping now.
So 3 Plague Bearers down. How many Zangors do you count there? I count 6, 7, 8, 9. I was counting about 11.
At the back of the table?
Yeah. So he's lost half that unit already, if we're right. How many are dead?
Yeah, so it's a good question. Do you know if the unit in the back corner was the actual original and there's the dead pile?
No, it was 1 unit of Zangors. That was his Dark Matter Crystal Zangors, and they've been targeted heavily by the Flyers. So I'm just trying to get a gauge of how many have dropped.
He's lost 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then he just lost another 6 from morale.
From morale, okay. Interesting
stuff. So there's 2, 4, 6, 7 remaining.
Yep. So
from
I think
the first one.
That's interesting for Matt. So he's lost quite a few there, but it looks like he hasn't invested all that much in saving them. It's probably because he buffed up and warp surged his Plague Bearers that Chris decided to change tact and go for those back unit Zangors instead and try and get the kills he can get. Because with all his shooting that wasn't in range of the Zangors, he's only picked up 4 Plague Bearers. So that's actually not a lot at all. And now those Plague Bearers are about to be -2 to hit for pretty much the rest of the game.
Yeah, and I don't think those Zangors were critical in this matchup. I think let me rephrase that. I don't think the double bomb Zangors is critical in this matchup. I think the one big unit still in reserves was probably enough.
To my mind, Matt only needs 2 bombs here.
Yeah.
That being trying to use the horrors to pull down 1 flyer, and then the bloodletters to try and hit the harlequins. Apart from that, the rest is just kind of gravy for him, I think.
Yeah.
But to my mind, he needs to probably cut down 2 flyers this turn, just so he could get himself some space for his deep strikes on turn 2 and turn 3. Otherwise, he can get zoned off with the flyers quite effectively.
Yeah.
Give us a look
Do
at
you
Duck.
want to have a look at the top table?
Yeah, Duck versus Eric, please.
All right. So this is Horde v Horde. All right. So we've got the carpet doing their thing, and Warlock's probably on Tinder. So these guys are both from Godhammer Gaming, like best mates, play all the time. This will be a pretty super cash game, even though it's a top table. I know it sounds a little odd, but basically, what Warlock ain't even watching what Eric's doing. He's gonna wait until the end of the moon phase because it doesn't matter. They trust each other. They know what's going on, and yeah, they're just doing their thing. There's not going to be any gotcha moments and all that kind of shit.
Nah. What other top tables can we have a look at? Is there Simon versus Liam Hackett? Should be a great game to watch. And there's also Jeremy Martino. I don't know who's he's playing though.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to. I can see Simon because Simon's got his big camera hanging over his table, so that's easy to go check out.
Yep.
So I'll go have a look at that one. So Simon's playing against Liam. So another 2 Queensland lad getting paired up against each other. And they probably practiced this matchup actually quite a bit.
Yeah, they both probably practiced it either way. They both help each other write their lists as well.
Yep. And just another scenario. So Simon's still left the table while trusting Liam to move. I don't know. I reckon he's moved 4 inches too far. The cheating little guy. Yeah, I'll let Simon know that he cheated when he gets back. He's deployed next to 150 points without Simon realising. Easily moved an extra 8 inches. Easily. Yeah, the Godhammer Gaming guys all playing each other in round 7 is pretty brutal.
It is pretty brutal.
Look, hey, they're at the pointy end of an event.
That's right. See who survives the grind.
If you're not playing your mates at the pointy end of an event, it means some of you aren't doing well.
Yeah, exactly. It means all of you are doing well. Just some of you might win it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so looking at Morrisoli's deployment.
I might just check that CP. So, looks like Matt's got 4 CP to 10. Yep. Yeah.
Well, Matt's only got 4 left.
Sorry? Okay. Looks like Matt's only got 4 left for CP, assuming that's CP. Yeah. Yeah, so Matt's got 4 left.
Wow, he burnt a lot that turn.
Yeah. Come on back.
Okay, beautiful.
Hey babies, I'm back. I never left you. I never will. That's right. Thank you to the 30 viewers we have and anybody else who's watching via our several stream hosts, that being Frontline Gaming, Biff Pod, soon to be Cam Hammer, possibly Glasshammer Gaming. Thank you all to all those great community organizations, those great content producers, those great spearhead trailblazers of our community. Please support them. Please jump over, give them likes and follows, etc. Lovely, lovely people doing great things for us. It's to our sponsors. We're going to do a couple minutes of sprinting. OTP Terrain have got an amazing deal at the moment on their 3T terrain. They do everything from 6mm to 32mm terrain, everything in the middle, so that covers everything from Titanicus 240K and AOS. On the fantasy side of things, totally covered. Sci-fi side of things, totally covered. An amazing deal going on at the moment. Save 15% off your order at OTP Terrain by using the code OTP15%, which will be scrolling across the text box at the bottom.
The whole day.
Huh?
That'll be scrolling across the whole day. That deal's available till the 1st of Feb.
Yes, babies. Jump on it. Beautiful 3D printed terrain. Lots of great designs. On top of that, the next major sponsor for this is Army Painter. Now, Army Painter have come on board because they are an amazing group of people. It is producing amazing products by hobbyists for hobbyists to make your hobby easy, accessible, and enable you to get more time gaming.
Hashtag get more time for gaming.
Hashtag more time for gaming. They produce everything you need for your hobby, from paints to dips to quick shades to battle to what was it? Battle. They do little
battle accessories,
hobbies, accessories. So paintbrushes, all that stuff. Check them out. Army Painter, fantastic stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's also worth pointing out if you're looking at trying to get a horde list done in a ridiculous amount of time, or just, you know what, you
Army
just
Painter
want...
is probably your only option.
Yeah, or you just want to paint a little quicker than normal, check out the Facebook page, the Army Painter. They've got a whole bunch of videos with Nick Nanavati and the prep for LVO. 72-hour marathon of painting 1 billion orcs from sprue to complete, and it looks great. You'll also be seeing on this Twitch channel and a bit of our Facebook some of my progress shortly with getting my orcs ready for Arc 40k, which is in like a month. And I don't have the same number of orcs, so it's a smaller points limit, but I'll be using the Army Painter sprays, the Strong Tone Quick Shade, and the matte varnish. So also worth pointing out that in Australian summer, some of these products require a little bit more love and care.
Yeah.
TLC. Oh, there goes a flyer. And I will be doing I'll be doing I'll be showing on the stream some of my techniques on how to avoid or what to do with things like the primers. There's a number of primers on the market. I'm a big fan of the Army Painter primers. But they do say to be careful about using them in extreme heat, extreme colds, basically in the extremes, and that's the only way you can describe an Australian summer.
Absolutely. Okay, we are looking at the psychic phase for the Thousand Suns. He's pulled down a flyer already in his psychic phase. He's done some wounds to the Void Raven Bomber at the bottom, and now it looks like he's about to do some wounds. Looks like he's about to do some more wounds. He's just done 3 more mortals, and he's dropped him. And I think that was a Doom Bolt because he's halved his movement. He's put a tag on him. And the only thing that deals mortal wounds and does an effect afterwards is Doom Bolt for the Thousand Suns. So that is a half movement Void Raven Bomber, which means it probably cannot fly out of smite range next turn. If it goes straight forward, straight up, or to the bottom left takes itself out of the game.
Yep.
Straight up, it stays relevant, but it's going to be dead next turn. He's also placed the Khorne Demon Prince out of his blob. So out of his blob, he's going to use that to take down another flyer. He is trading essentially that Khorne Prince for the flyer. Because that Khorne Prince won't survive his turn, but getting that flyer down enables all the bombs to become effective. Love you guys, but any reason? So that's Briannica. Why am I so bad at this? But love you guys, and for any reason you're not marking on the players, because this is a massive shed. So if you want to turn around and have a look, we have a couple of 100 gamers in here, and there is very little way we're ever going to be able to hear them speaking.
So we have thought about using lapel style mics. Cost, and that might change as the year progresses. We'll talk a bit more about our Patreon a little later. But the idea being, and in addition to that, we found a number of players don't want to be mic'd. So it's a bit of a tricky game to play there.
Well, look, what we want them to do is be mic'd up and fed to us, so we can relate, give you a more accurate interpretation of the game. I still think we do a good job of interpreting what's going on just by deduction and things like that, and being because doing this so much, you kind of get a feel for what's going on. But it would take us to the next level, being able to mic them up.
Yep.
But it's just a
some of our events, the stream table isn't in its own room. In which case we have the audio come through to our headset.
Much more feasible.
But yeah, with these guys here, it's a little bit trickier. But as I said, in future streams we might have a look at different options. So we did launch our Patreon page a couple of weeks ago, and a big thanks to our patrons who have already signed up. So they're going to show up across the board pretty much all day, because we really want to say thanks. But a big shout out to Ben Birchall, Ben Mulhall, which I need to correct the spelling of, David Amana, Dean Sinbeck, Mike Rainbow, Robert Lane, and Simon Gojcevic. We can't do this without the support of
So this is interstate trips for both of us, which costs in petrol, it costs in accommodation. We don't get paid for this. We're not taking any kickbacks from. I think the TOs at the TO team here have helped us out, subsidising our petrol here, but that's all we've gotten. So we've taken a weekend away from our families, our friends, to come here and create content for you guys. We don't want to turn much of a profit out of this, guys, but we do want this to stop costing us money, if at all possible. This is why we created the Patreon.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, without that, this wouldn't be a long-term prospect.
Yep.
This would be, can we fit this in
because this
like
is the thing.
once or twice a year?
There's another plane gone. That was in the assault phase,
Yeah,
the combat night.
Rip it down. There's nothing
So we
to do
had,
about it.
so unlike a lot of streaming channels, we are not linked to any one event.
No.
We stream, our aim is to stream one large event per month.
Every month.
Wherever we can get them.
Yep.
We try, most of them will be from Victoria, just as a pure result of that's where we live.
Yeah, and a monetary point of view.
But as time goes on, with Patreon and whatnot, and sponsors like the amazing work from OTV Terrain and the Army Painter, we may be able to then start looking at getting further out.
Mandalore Knights, thank you so much for being a Patreon. If we missed you, we apologise. Your name is scrolling along the bottom of our text.
I missed you?
And for the entire day, because we want to recognise your contributions. If anybody else wants to jump onto that, please go to Down Under Network. Search Down Under Network in Patreon, and jump on board if you think it's worth the value. We're not trying to sell too much. We are trying to give a couple of perks. I'll go over those very quickly. $5 US. Patreon only Facebook group that gives you access to us. You guys get to influence what we do, what content we create, what kind of games, what kind of armies you guys want us to stream. You get access to analytical reports from Down Under Pairings, and Drive Time with Diffie, which is the content this guy creates.
Yep. So a bit of a quick question though, Mandalore Knight. Just having a quick look at the patrons, and I see 8 there. I'm just wondering
which one you are.
Which one you are if I missed you. We'll see how we go.
That's a great comment.
Yeah.
We Australians, we love everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
We have no beef against anybody, but apparently the Americans are supporting us quite a lot. So you guys are amazing. We love you guys. Keep up the good work.
I did read out Brendan. I swear I read out Brendan.
Yeah, we read out Brendan.
I read out Brendan.
Yeah, he's on the list.
And you're also scrolling across the bottom. You will be scrolling across the bottom in roughly, I'm going to say 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
We're saying thanks to bang.
I'll stop selling the Patreon, guys. If you're interested in it and you want to support us, go on and sign up to whatever level you feel like. We are going to do a score update, and Mr. Matt Morrisoli had a huge turn 1. He's got a 7-1 lead at the bottom of turn 1.
Yes, so
that's kill more, hold more, and did you get the bonus as well?
You got kill 1, hold 1, kill more, hold more, because Chris didn't kill anything and just held hold 1. As for secondaries, he got 2 big game hunter points and 1 for old school.
Yep.
And one of the things I did ask the players to do for us today is things like Headhunter and Reaper.
Yep.
If they could try and keep them relatively up to date as the game goes on.
There's no reason why you can't.
But I did say, without it impacting your game.
How you doing?
How do we get the planes down? So basically, there was a bunch of psychic powers took out the first plane.
Yep.
So let me bring that up.
And then he shot a corn prince into
so we got a whole bunch of psychers in here. Let me just change the
I'll just go a quick rundown of his psychers.
Whole bunch of psychers in this little pocket here. Took out a plane that was here, and the corn prince took out the other plane that was up here.
So he has is it Pockbringer or Psycho? I don't think it is. But he has a Chaincaster, a Sorcerer, an Iron Man on disc, a Demon Prince on disc, and 2 Sorcerers on discs. So there's 6,000, apart from the Changecaster, there's 5,000 Sun Smites.
Yep.
But you just cast the Changecaster one first.
Yep.
Always Changecaster first. On top of that, he's going to have Doombolt, he's going to have Infernal Gateway, he's going to have Bolt of Change, he's going to have Doombolt, all those good things. He can pump out a crazy amount of Psychic Models.
Jeez, that was brutal by Panics. That was
savage.
JB Painting has done an amazing work at bashing out. I think most of Matt Morrisoli's armies have been painted with basically no notice by commission painter JB Painting, who will scroll along the bottom of today's stream a number of times, but also you can see him in the chat right now. But totally not Panics. Mr. Hamilton knows Morrisoli and JB Painting actually quite well. So just for the record, just a little bit of a cheeky troll. In Australia, we like to
take the piss
out of our mates.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. He got about 2.5 weeks' notice to paint about 73 models.
Just for that time frame, I think they look good.
Yeah, I put to Jared, he would have made it a lot easier on himself if he was using products from the Army Painter.
Outrageous. We're shilling, babies. We're shilling to make this not cost us dollars. It's necessary. So he has he's 6 Harlequin bikes on top of terrain over to look at that Corn Demon Prince. Now he's been quite clever about putting them on the terrain because that makes them a lot harder to charge. So if he does get charged, it's only a minimal amount of guys who are going to make next contact.
Yep.
So he's quite defensive there while actually still being aggressive to try and take out the Demon Prince. That Demon Prince has to freaking die.
Yeah.
It's going to. It's going to, unless something goes absolutely tragically wrong. We can see a Psychic Power on the Plague Bearers. We'd have to assume that is Miasma, making those Plague Bearers -2 to be hit, which means all of a sudden the Dark Eldar shooting becomes quite ineffectual.
And there's also a couple of powers of Matt's
that is,
on this middle flyer.
If you notice, that flyer was here. It's only moved, it's must sort of advanced its full 20 to go to this spot because it's half its movement. So it would have moved 40 inches but gone 20.
We will be keeping everyone up to date with the top table, Eric and Waldock. As I said, conveniently, they're pretty much best mates. So as far as that's concerned, Eric's already been walking away from the table. So's Waldock.
Talking some shit.
Talking smack to some of the other players. It's pretty funny. Although that being said, they both want to win it.
They do.
They both want to win it.
Neither of them are going to back down. But they're not going to. It's not like there's a game where one of them's going to, never pull any janky stuff on the other.
Well, that is the other thing. I mean, because they know each other very well, I don't think either of them will need take-backsies, but I think they'd be quite happy with take-backsies.
So we've got a couple of powers being cast on that Demon Prince. If you see where the War Skyrunner is right here, that would have been minimum of Jinx being placed on it, and probably Doom as well, which it pretty much guarantees it drops. I think it was a guarantee it was going to drop anyway. I don't think he needed to waste the powers. He might have been able to put those powers on the Plague Bearers if he wanted to, but then he risks getting in range of these shutdowns and being denied. Yeah, you have to assume Jinx and Doom. Of his debuff powers, they're the only two that would be really worth casting. Unless he's doubling down. I don't know, he's going for a restraint or something in case he doesn't kill it, so it's got restricted movement. But you kill it. He's going to kill it. It's dead. Eric basically wrote Duck's list. So he knows the tricks. Look, they're both very accomplished gamers, and there's no tricks that they have from each other. Of all the people here playing today, I would say those two guys have played against each other the most.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, Simon in there. I'd throw Simon's probably played them both more than they've played each other.
Yeah, that's true. They play Simon like once or twice a week.
It's also worth pointing out, all right, so a number of players this weekend took lists that weren't their, I'd say, default list.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a number of players you go, all right, so Matt Morrisoli on the stream now has been playing a list, at least in this kind of archetype. He's tweaked it a little bit here and there, but this list for quite some time.
A long time.
And Eric's been playing NIDS for 6 months without dropping a single tournament game.
Yes.
Which is pretty impressive. And whereas
that Corn Demon Prince got picked up, guys.
Yeah, it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas a number of players have decided to try and take some tech choices. They try to throw people off a little bit, trying to play the meta a little bit. And when they come up against a player who knows their list extremely well, sometimes it's better to dice app.
Dice app, yeah, baby. JB just asked what did Matt kill in turn 1 to get so many secondary points.
Two flyers.
2 flyers, which got him kill more, and he had hold more. On top of that, he got 2 big game hunter points.
Yeah, 2 big game hunter
points. And a first blood. So that was a huge first turn to take advantage of this game. I'm interested to know, so with the Demon Prince gone, the only thing that Chris can have to shoot this turn is Plague Bearers, and possibly next turn is Plague Bearers as well. Does Matt drop in his bottom of 2? Or does he just stay behind the screen once again? And
I'm just trying to work out what they're doing with that app. They're trying to.
Well, I'm guessing it's probably the scatter lasers, or.
There wasn't that many dice. Just roll the dice.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's their call.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4.
It would have been smites and a couple of the Zench powers as well.
Smites, Zench powers, and a Corn Demon Prince. Yay!
So Corn Demon Prince probably took out 1 by himself.
Yeah.
And then that many Psychers was always going to take down a plane.
So he killed the plane with Psychic powers, and then the Corn Demon Prince, who could kill a knight in 1 turn, just went out and just went dunk and killed the flyer.
And then died.
Yeah, well, he has to. He has to get the flies down if the bombs are going to get any penetration into Chris' flies.
100%. Yep.
So it's a worthy sacrifice to me. And notice that the so the Void Ram Bomber in the middle of the board has taken a couple of wounds.
Yep.
And it's quite likely that will be pulled down quite easily next turn without Matt even having to move.
The interesting thing I'm seeing here is there's a big space here.
Yeah.
Like big space.
But what does he have to charge there? He's got one character back here.
Yeah, he's got the War Wraithlord. The War Walkers are here. So basically he's got a Wraithlord down the bottom, a Wraithlord up the top, War Walkers, and then there are a couple of characters. There's one here. We won't be able to see it right now, but there'll be one here roughly under Chris's head.
Fantastic.
So as far as, I just feel as though that character there could have been here.
Yep. Blocking out that zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Although that being said, if these jet bikes are all on the top,
there's no reason to go there. Yeah, you just lose
that is a ruin that's 2 levels high. Yeah. So it'll be fairly difficult to charge that in.
Totally not panics, putting in his bid for another 10 dice, guys. So top cheers for each day. Walk home with 10 bespoke Down Under Network dice. Ned Kelly Down Under Network dice for the top cheer. Amanda Knight took away the prize
for day one.
Day one. And Totally Not Panics got it for day 2. Now, if anybody wants to take that away from Totally Not Panics, chuck in some bits. The bits race it on. It started. So Totally Not Panics started this day at 1001. He's just donated 100. So it's only 100 guys. So you don't need to jump above 1001. Is there anyone to zero the totals?
No.
Damn. All right. Because, yeah, Totally Not Panics. So technically it's at 100. We wrote it down who was donated yesterday because the total was wrong. So Totally Not Panics in the lead right now with 100 bits. Jump on board if you would like some dice. Flash your biddies, boys.
We're not allowed to.
Not allowed to. But
I knew what he meant, though.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I love that saying. All right, so it's into Matt, Mr. Morrisoli's.
So he's
turn 2.
He's looking at that back corner.
There. I wouldn't go there, Matt. If I was you, I don't think there's much to be gained there.
Well, there is an objective up there. Look, he takes out a Wraithlord. If he can get rid of these bikes,
he can't. He
can box him in though.
No, but they got fly. They just piss off. They move 16 inches.
Yeah, but if he drops the bomb here, he's got a horror bomb as well. So the horror bomb might drop here.
Actually, the horror bomb. That is what he should put down there.
Yeah, he's got the horror bomb.
Yeah, because it's only got the invuln save on them. He could drop the horrors in there, hit him with +1 to wound. Wound them on 2s because they can go to strength 5.
Yep.
And just try and put some serious pain onto him.
Yeah,
That's actually a good idea.
I reckon the horrors will probably drop this turn, and he'll probably leave the bloodletters and Zangors off another turn if you can afford it. And what you'll end up seeing is probably. I'm trying to work out. I reckon if he dropped the horrors on this side, he'd be able to get a couple of buffs from the Zench Demon Prince for reroll 1s.
And so further to that, I don't think the horrors are actually so great at the moment because those bikes are -1 to hit and you can pay 2 CP and you got -2 and the horrors hit on 6s.
I was thinking the flyer, but yep. Yeah. I was thinking if you could take out both flyers this turn.
Oh, that will be my goal. I don't think he drops any bombs this turn. Don't drop any bombs this turn. None of them. Keep them all. Take out the 2 flyers. Then he has nothing to stop you dropping on whatever the shit you want next turn.
Yep.
You can take the entire board away. I think he holds off one more turn, man.
Yeah, fair.
Depends on what character that is. I think that's a Death Jester back there.
Yeah, so Matt is working out the 9-inch bubble. So it's going to be a weird kind of shape that we're going to see here because he's measuring 9 inches
from the top down. It's on the angle.
Yeah. So it'll end up being something like a much wider circle here.
Yep.
And then it'll come further in.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
More like that. Now the dice is probably more like where he's got the dice currently, but it'll be like that.
Yeah, I still don't think he's the right play. I think he's hold on one more turn. With -2 to hit, I don't think he's at risk of losing the Plague Bearers, especially once the flyers drop.
Yeah.
I think he's fine. What he does need to worry about, though, is taking up all the available space so he can't let the Solitaire in these lines.
Yeah.
Doing that is actually going to be a big issue. If he gets a Solitaire back there, takes out Demon Prince and Araman together, that's a huge swing.
Is that possibly a Farseer up top to intercept?
Well, the Farseer can't make Harlequin bikes intercept, guys, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way a Farseer can make Harlequin bikes intercept. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. Hello, what are the players playing? So that's Nagati Knight. So this is Matt Morrisoli playing Mixed Chaos, mostly T-Suns and Demons, against Chris Wright, who's playing a Mixed Eldar Force, which is Craft Worlds, Dark Elder, and Harlequins. Just a quick rundown. So I guess the archetypes here is the Chaos list is the kind of standard Plague Bearers with a bunch of smites in a kind of concave inside of them. And then he has a bunch of bombs, that being Bloodletters, Zangors, and Horrors, to drop in and do serious damage. On the Eldar side of things, there's a bit of an eclectic mix. He has a Craft Worlds battalion headed up by Eldrad. We've actually got 2 Wraith Lords and some Warworkers, but he also has a bunch of Harlequin characters and 6 Skyweaves with Haywire. And then he has a Cabal of the Blackheart Flywing with 3 Razor Wings and a Void Raven.
Yep.
So it's not... Look, apart from the Warwalkers, and if you took the Warwalkers and the Wraith Lords out and put in Dark Reapers, this is a top tier, perfectly top tier list.
So if you are a BCP subscriber, you can simply find the, if you've got the app, you can find the list there, but I've also put the links to the army lists that are on Down Under Pairings also. So feel free to check them out. Those links are in the chat.
Warwalkers. I ain't seen them before. This is Chris White, Mass Morrisoli. And they're currently ranked number 1 and number 2 in the ITC in Australia. I've never seen Chris take Warwalkers before. I've got no idea why he's taking them now. It's a puzzle. It's a conundrum.
Yep.
We'll see if he's got some magic tech there.
So currently we're seeing 1 for Reaper, 1 for Headhunter for Chris. So he picked up enough models that turn to tick over the Reaper point. You're right, not all the lists are on BCP. Basically, Cancon did a pre-event list submission via email, and then players were meant to put their lists up after that. However, all the players have a PDF of every single list, and those lists have been uploaded by us onto downunderpairings.com. So if you are interested in seeing all the lists and the list isn't on BCP, then just remember you can head over to, let me just bring up that link. Put that there. Other results in for the outstanding games for the season. So I believe that is more responding to ITC ranking points. So there's a few results from Matt Morrisoli, currently sitting with the team at FLG to make sure they are uploaded and ready to rumble. So right now, if you look at, and that's actually a good question, I'll answer that for you. By simply going
Mandalore Knight, so Brendan Knight, who is a lovely man and a patron of ours, who has won some dice. He's heading off. He's going to go play some White Scars versus Grey Knights. Have a great day, mate. Have a great game. Let us know how you go when you get back. Hopefully you're back for the last game of today.
Maybe just watch us on the side while he's still playing.
Yep. Have some audio in the background. He is dropping... they're Bloodletters, guys.
They are Bloodletters. That's one of his bombs.
That's one of his bombs. That's a very interesting choice. I'm not sure about it, though.
The lads from Chapter Tatties will be coming back in for round
6,
8,
yes,
the final round.
We'll be talking crap for them for the entirety of the last round, hopefully.
All right, and
I'm worried about how much space Matt's left in his little concave. Do you think he could...
the Tyranids won, mate. Tyranids won in the end relatively convincing. It was a relatively tight game, but yeah, the end result was quite a strong win to... Eric's, carpet. So right now, in answer to your question, JB Painting, no, Morrisoli's results have not been updated.
I want to point out a few things now. So if you look at the spacing Matt's left in his little Plague Bearer bunker, if you want to say it. Look top there, he's left quite a hole there. It's possible you might be able to land a flyer in there if there's one alive, which could start to target our characters. He's also moved out what looks to be a Sorcerer on disc at this portion, which means he's probably going to be dropping another bomb.
Yeah, I expect he's going to drop another bomb.
He's going to drop another bomb, and he's going to want to buff that bomb up. So that'll probably be probably the Horrors. What I'm thinking.
I guess the real question is, though, he has moved a number of the characters down to this little pocket.
Which means he's probably going to flyer.
Look, I probably would have had another model here, just in case. But, you know, Morrisoli might be banking on the fact that both those planes are going to drop.
I blame LVO. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I'm really interested to know his thoughts on why he dropped the bloodletters. To my mind, he did not need to be aggressive yet in this game. All the time was on his side. He has the points lead, and there was a little reason I could see to give it up.
Yep.
Because in all honesty, if both the flyers go down, can Chris even pick up a kill in his turn?
Yeah.
He could target -2 to hit bloodletters, plague bearers, and that is it. Thanks for the follow, Nagati Knights. Thank you very much. Welcome on board. Did I hear Matt Moody in the background? Who's Matt Moody?
No idea.
Troy's a wonderful gentleman.
Are you serious?
All right.
Okay, where are we going? What are we doing? Looks like we're probably in the psychic phase. About to start casting some buffs. Oh, no, yeah, about to start casting some buffs, I believe. Yak Hunter's probably not going to be on tonight, guys. So that's no Peter the Falcon joining us. But hopefully we have Pablo, Sean, and Val to join us.
We'll see how many we get.
The Heffelfinger has not been on stream with us yet. He's actually he has.
Yes, he has.
But it was only a short time. It was about 20 minutes. He hasn't got the full, well-rounded, bountiful experience.
True.
If that's one thing we are, it's bountiful. Get that on our shirts. Right here, down on the network.
You going for a Roman? He's going to Roman, guys. Back to prime time, Camilleri.
All right, so you should be hearing me through the headset.
Abadaba?
You hearing me through the headset?
I can, baby.
All right, love your work. All right. So, we'll have a quick look at the top table. So, we are in.
Okay, well,
What's
so just jumping in right now, Chris Wright is trying to intercept with his Warwalkers on the Bloodletters. He's trying to see how many he can see. He's trying to see how many he can see so he can try and intercept. He has Farseers back there, he has Eldrad. Well, he has Eldrad back there. So he's going to try and take out some Bloodletters before they get in. What are you seeing? What do your L5s see, Diffie?
All right, so, there's 3 TOs that are trying to have a look. So I'm going to stay the hell out of the way at the moment. But just to clarify, that top right-hand corner is a Death Jester.
Yep.
I think a few people were asking what character it was. Eldrad is standing right next to the Warwalkers. I think they decided to go with one Warwalker conceit. Yeah, so one Warwalker was able to see was the fight. Oh, no, maybe none were. Looks like none were. We're not seeing any over. Oh, he hasn't finished the move yet. Maybe we might keep an eye on that and just confirm whether or not he ends up doing any intercept. Although keeping in mind he's about to drop with some more units that he could intercept with.
He's about to drop the horrors, I believe.
Yeah, so a few of those are going to get a few probably Warwalker shots put into them.
Yep. But look, if he can use those horrors to pull down that plane and he gets the Bloodletters to pull down or kill maybe half of that squad of bikes, this game is mostly decided.
So Walduck's is not looking that great, and Eric said he's rolling out his ass. So one unit of Devouragons, killed 14 Plague Bearers. Oh, sorry, 14 Devourers killed 30 Plague Bearers.
Holy I can't swear. Holy crap, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I'm just going to tell you right now, Matt has decided not to drop the horrors. He's thought about it and he's decided not to. But what that means is that sorcerer he pulled out there to buff them is left kind of pissing in the wind now. So most likely he'll get picked up quite easily next turn, either by Death Jesters.
Armin.
Oh, shit. Okay. Things just got saucy.
Yeah.
Things just got very saucy. Was he trying to bait the intercept on the Bloodletters? So with only like 1 or 2 Warwalkers being able to shoot, and then when he puts down the horrors, they go unmolested and do the actual work. Interesting.
Look, I'm not sure. Look, with those Bloodletters, I probably would have strung. There we go.
There we go. He just warp timed himself back into the circle, and where he's placed himself, he's probably cut off the ability for a fly to land there now. So that's quite a good choice too.
So what he did, he moved forward, so he's going to do a psychic power on those jet bikes up the top, and then because he was out of range otherwise, and then warp time back into the bubble.
Nice. Very cool. Looks like he's doing out some mortal wounds now. That Void Raven Bomber has taken what looks like he rolled 5 feel no pains, so he's probably taken 4 wounds there.
I will just confirm, but I'm going to take a picture of the top, because this is an amazing sight to behold, and then we'll chuck it up on our Facebook so people, mate, you'll understand why we call it the carpet. Brutal. As far as wounds,
any idea what psychic power he put on those those guys on the
that's a flyer down.
The Skyweavers?
I'm just trying to have a look.
Because he almost sacrificed. He was willing to sacrifice Armin to put it on there.
Death Hex.
There's no invulnerable save on them. Those Bloodletters are going to absolutely ream them if they get in.
Yep.
That is a big play, big play, guys. He was willing to risk Armin dying to get that off there. But as soon as those bikes are gone, there's nothing on the board there that can threaten and push back and effectively clear bombs. So that is a big play and probably worth it. Big ballsy play by number 1 Morrisoli.
Yeah, it's look, he had to go in that one spot because if he had gone in the back corner like we were originally talking, the top right-hand corner, he would have just taken 3 wall walkers currently guided so he managed to drop down, not be seen, and then so we'll see. Look, he's going to pop. No doubt he's going to pop the banner. The question is just how many models are going to get up there. I'd be interested to see what we've decided that charge range is. I believe they confirmed that levels are going to be at the start of the game were 3 inches high, so that's 6 inches up, and.
Well, it should be a 9. It has to be a 9. He has to be 9 inches away, so it's probably going to be a few inches on top of that. So maybe it's a 10 or an 11.
It'll be more than it'll probably be more than a 9 when you take into consideration that it's he doesn't get to go diagonally. Yeah. He's diagonally 9 inches away, but he has to do
the L distance. So he measures the horizontal, but he's got to cover the L.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, if the Bloodletters make it in, I think Matt has this cinched up. With Death Hex on those guys and -3 on the Bloodletters, they're not getting a save. They're wounding on, so they're hitting on 2s. No, they've got a Loki on them. So they'll be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and no save. He's just gonna walk right through them.
So just to clarify, he's declared a charge. So we're in the assault phase. He's declared a charge against the bikes as well as the Death Jester.
Yeah, why not? I'll let you know that the Void Raven, so the Razor Wing at the bottom has been removed through Psychic Powers. And it looks like he still has maintained his Miasma on his Plague Bearers. So he's not going full aggressive. He's still maintaining his defense. And look, as long as those characters stay there behind that, he's still in the game. Because he can Vulture out at any turn, and all of those guys can do damage.
Yep.
Sorry, you're absolutely right. The Bloodletters hit on 2s if they're in the unit. They get +1 strength, +1 attack on the charge.
So he's rolled. They're just confirming what the exact distance is.
What's the number he's rolled?
He's rolled a... All right, so he's re-rolling one of the dice. So he's rolled 12.
He's rolled a 12. That should be easily enough.
So he's got he paid the CP for the banners, and so you might not be able to see it that well on the top-down view, especially from the angle of the camera. But you'll see at the moment there is 2, 4, 5 jet bikes along the top level.
Yep.
All right, but there's also one on the bottom.
Oh my God. Wow. Yes, you're absolutely right. There's only 5 up top. There's 1 down the bottom. That 1 is going to cost him the entire unit, man.
Yep.
100%. That. Oh wow, that's huge. We should have counted that before, because yeah, that is a no-brainer. And just by having that 1 down the floor, that's a dead unit. Because there was the chance that he could roll poorly, and that he couldn't get too many guys into combat if he rolled badly on the charge. So that's huge, actually. That's huge. What's up?
Do you want me to stay over there, or do you want me to come back?
No, come on back, dude.
Yeah.
I think this is why Matt has been playing this army. He's doing so well. That 1 bike will 100% cost him the unit. Yeah, that's huge. That's why you need to go over there and see. We didn't know there was that bike down there. Yeah, we didn't know that was down there until...
We didn't know that bike was down on the bottom level until Diffie went and had a look. So that's the roaming diff paying off. So yeah, that one bike is going to let probably another 10 bloodletters get into range of attacks.
Brutal.
That's
So
badass.
if I just bring up the so basically what we've got 5 jet bikes up here, but then we have one there on the bottom level. Yeah. So basically, can you just bring up Chris's list again?
Sure. Chris doesn't have anything in reserve, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to work
no,
out.
he has 20 Guardian Defenders in reserve with 2 Shuriken Cannons.
So if you just scroll down, I just want to look at. So you've got a Warlock Skyrunner, which we know where he is. He's in he's sitting right here. If you scroll down further to we've got the 6 Skyweavers. I was just trying to confirm whether or not, because I'm not 100% certain why Matt has decided to put some of the models up here.
Some more attacks.
But would they not? No, why he's done that?
He's not going to get 30 into base with that one guy.
No, yeah, it's so. But the thing is, it's also going to help with him fighting twice.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Because what could happen?
I don't think he's got the same to fight twice, by the way. Now.
No, he probably doesn't. You're probably right. He really wants to take them out now.
Look, I think Matt just wants to guarantee. He can still roll badly. He's hitting on 2s, wielding on 3s. He's not going to get a save due to Death Hex and being -3. They have a 4-up armor and a 4-up invuln. Death Hex and -3 means he has no invuln and he's going straight through the armor. So, but he has still got 3 wounds apiece on those bikes.
I believe they are
3 or 4 wounds each. So that is still
that.
18 wounds to get through. Mind you, he's got a unit of 29 bloodletters. And they've all got 2 attacks and 3 on the champion. So he's, There's not much hope, I don't think, for those bikes to get through this. And unfortunately, those bikes, apart from the Guardian Bomb in reserve, was his best chance of handling bombs. So honestly, he has to now see.
Skyweaver's T4 3 wounds, 4-up save, 4-up invuln. So getting rid of that invuln.
No save. They are on 32s, those bloodletters. If they're on 25s, he can probably attack with all of them.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They're on 25s, JB says.
They're on 25s. Well, JB painted them.
They are 25s, guys. My mistake. But this is what makes it...
He's decided to not put the models up the top.
I think they are. I think he's Wally modeled. They kept falling off.
Okay.
So this is what's going to be really hard for Chris now. He does not have... If he's in out of line of sight blocking terrain, which he's going to pile into after he kills those units, the only way he digs them out is to drop the Guardians.
Yep.
And what is Matt still have in reserve? The Horrors. What do they kill? Guardians. They wound them on 2s. They wreck them.
Yep.
And the other one is he's still got the Zangor bomb as well. Now he doesn't need to drop the Zangor bomb on the Guardians. The Horrors just take them off. The Zangors can drop in his backfield where the Void Raven used to be, and they can punch straight through into all those characters, those Rangers, and through the Wraith Lords.
Yep.
So he can just pincer move him now.
Yeah.
And I think this game, well, the board's lost unfortunately.
All right, so just got a TO asking Mr. Calamari a question. Just get asked a rules question. Is that a rules question?
I just got asked a rules question, guys. Yes, we are still relevant somehow.
Yeah.
I just got asked how many objectives can a unit hold? And I was like, all of them. If it can be within 3 of all of them, it can hold all of them. There's no rules against it anymore.
Yeah. We have a score sheet in already.
And 35-9, Liam Prendergast. Don't know who that man's name is.
Who is it? Hold on.
Okay, we've just had TO's development, which we can't tell you guys about.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, though.
We laughed.
We laughed. All right, looks like we are going into the bloodletters. I expect all those bikes to just be straight up picked up. There's not much they can do to not die here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be savage, guys. What's he rolling? This might be on the Death Jester.
Yeah, Yeah, probably.
Well, that's a lot of attacks to bother putting into that Death Jester.
Maybe it's not.
And I wouldn't. I suppose with Death Jester, he could just fly out. Sorry, the secret inside jokes. The TOs tell us a lot of
Hold
stuff.
on, come around if you want to.
Eric, the main man.
Eric's top table. He's just,
He's top
just
table,
decided
he's
to come on
going for
over.
Stroll.
Flesh borers with +1 to wound. How'd they go? Hits with 20 shots out of 30, hitting on 5s. 3s re-rolling 1s.
Boo.
And Duck's failing his 5-up saves again. Brutal.
So we're quite good mates with the TOs.
And because the Steelers have managed to get in, there is no room to summon.
Wow, so he's literally just playing a 1,500 point against 2,000 point game because Eric's just decided, nah, I'm not going to let you summon, mate.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So Eric's game plan there, by the sounds of it, was just, look, I know how your list works. I'm going to stop you summoning.
I'm going to stop you doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric and Matt can't play. It looks like Eric is going to cinch this up. Eric and Matt can't play again. They've already played. So it could be, if it's a small loss for Chris Wright, he could play up. But more than likely, it's going to be either Simon or Liam Hackett on the top table.
All right, so coming back to the game, you'll notice a lot of things have just disappeared.
The bikes are all gone. The Death Jester's all gone. And just whether or not he wants to pile in and or see, well, that would have been an interesting choice. He could have piled in to try and tap or wrap that Wraith Lord.
He's doing it right now.
And
I don't know if he can.
I don't know if he can get around. I don't think he can.
No, he's not going to be able to pin it, but he's going to be able to tap it. We'll see where.
I don't even know if he's tapped it, man.
Oh,
he's double activated him. He had the CP.
Dun dun dun.
He's like, I didn't charge you, but I can activate again because I did charge. I'm going to move and consolidate, and he's going to wrap that Wraith Lord. He's not going to be able to be shot. Holy crap, he can only shoot Plague Bearers, and he has a very depleted army now. That is a huge freaking play, Matt.
Yeah.
Massive play. Holy crap.
So what's currently on the table is Plague Bearers that are available can be shot.
That's it.
And that's it.
He's got a couple of Zangos on the backboard edge.
Oh, yes, sorry. There is the remaining 6 or 7 Zangors under Matt right here. But that was an epic turn
Brutality
by Matt.
Just chucking the scores in now.
So do you think Chris could have done anything else?
He could not have put his... He could have kept his bikes bunkered down because they're the best counter to them, and the Guardians are the best counter towards the bombs.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed the bikes over there to account for that Demon Prince, which is what he put him over there for.
Yeah.
Between all the Death Jesters, he could have used the Solitaire to go kill that if he wanted to, and save the bikes. That would have been a better trade, honestly.
So scores have been updated. It's 13 to 5 at the end of turn 2.
So he had a 7-point turn, and he's just had a 6-point turn.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
he's basically he's maxed out 4 points each turn. He hasn't got the bonus for turn 1 and turn 2. And then Matt has now got 3 points for Big Game Hunter for taking out 3 planes.
Yep.
1 for Headhunter for taking out that Death Jester, and he got First Blood, of course, in the first turn.
That's like not to expect this.
All right.
All right.
We just got a bit of a judge interluding, just seeing the state of the game.
Yep.
We don't know what's occurring. We don't really mind. It's like not our place. But that was a big freaking turn from Matt.
Yep.
Huge turn from Matt. We're just having the clock restarted, and off we go.
Yeah, there was something one of the tiers wanted to say, so he paused the clock.
Yep.
Not sure the context here, but hey.
Okay, so the Void Raven's going to fly over those Plague Bears and drop some bombs. I wonder if he wants to tell us what's going on. I'll just mute.
I was just yeah.
Did you, or you said off?
The law has been laid down by Michael Moore. He's just said, stop pausing the clock, guys. He's been
We're not
watching it.
TOs.
He's been watching it.
That guy.
And he's like, I see you guys pause the clock at the end of every turn to put in scores. The only person allowed to pause the clock is me or a judge. Stop pausing the clock.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
He's just laid down the law. He's like, you guys are on stream. top shelf it, top shelf everything.
Yep.
But this thing is working. I was dead on my feet before today. This is the first time I've had an energy drink in 7 years, and my God, sweet nectar of energy and vibrancy, like a kaleidoscope of life.
This is my house referred to my life juice.
Yeah, dude. It tastes like
This
arse.
episode proudly brought to you by Red Bull.
yeah. It tastes like arse, though, man. It's shit. I gotta milk this all day because God knows I'm gonna have another one. Whose time should it lean into? Whoever's turn it is. Chucking in your scores is in your turn, man. And as soon as you chuck in the scores, your opponent's turn begins. It's pretty cut and dry.
I actually disagree. I think enter scores while your opponent's doing the movement.
Yeah, exactly
mean-
right. It doesn't matter. If it's going to be anybody's, though, it's yours. It's definitely not your opponent's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it should be an issue anyway.
Yeah.
Clean for 7 years, boys. Actually, no, I'm clean for 8. What's the date? 8 years, 3 months, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Red Bull.
All right, so if
He's chucked the Warlock
all right,
Skyrunner
so
over there.
this good sportsmanship here. Basically, he's put the Warlock Skyrunner roughly over there and said, "I want to block off that zone. Can you put it to 9 inches from all the edges?" And Matt's just did a quick little measurement and made sure it's okay.
Yep, 100%. So look, that's a very, very tight game. This is like these guys are competing for a podium.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The winner of this probably goes on to get a podium.
I would say that's a fairly fair
It's fairly
statement.
likely. I mean, but honestly, I'm looking at the way Matt's playing right now, and I can't fault anything he's done this game.
Yeah.
He's done everything quite precision, perfectly great.
Same deal. He's just trying to make sure that he's blocking off those zones.
Those horrors and the same doors.
So
He's done the same thing with the Wraith Lord.
Yeah.
He chucked the Wraith Lord up. Honestly, that's the best call, I think.
So basically, we've got a Warlock Skyrunner that's pretty much zoning off this area. We've got
I think it's a Death Jester.
It's a Death Jester here. They'll be doing the same thing to there, with the Rangers doing a similar thing to what the Bikes did before, zoning off this area. Whereas he's moved a War Walker into the center of the table. They'll be taking on that objective, but also be looking at doing some zone denial as well. So look, there might. I'd probably want to be moving this character a little bit.
Can you repost the list for us?
Yeah, I can repost those lists. So basically, the let's bring that up. So this is a link to Matt Morrisoli's list, and here is a link to Chris Wright's list.
So Chris Wright has dropped his, this is the top of turn 3, so he has to drop his Guardians. It's just a point of where he can, and what's he going to do with it? He literally can only freaking shoot Plague Bearers. They're going to be hitting them on 5, win them on 4. They're going to get 2 saves.
So there's a question in the stream, do we think that the meta is showing a good balance of lists and armies? So let's just talk through the, what would you say? So we'll go with the top 10.
Yeah, top 10.
All right, top 10. So for some reason, I'm not sure the specifics, Eric Lathouris is showing up, and and Hayden Warlock are both showing up as Adeptus Sororitas.
If they don't enter it when they're putting your army list or your faction,
It defaults to the first in the list, and that's
systems.
alphabetically must be the first in the list. But that is, so we've got a Tyranids in first place, Chaos Demons in second and third, we have Eldar in fourth, Tau in fifth, Chaos Demons in sixth. So in the top 10, we have 3 Chaos lists.
3 Chaos lists.
We have 1 Tau,
1 Tau, 1 Tyranid.
1 Eldar, 1 Tyranid, 1 Dark Eldar, 1 Orcs, 1 Deathwatch, which is also showing up as sisters. And
is that Cult Admech?
And 1 Cult Mech.
We got Admech. Yeah, boy. Who's that? Isaac
Robertson.
You're a legend, my
Isaac
friend.
Robertson's on 5 and 1. Yep.
What a champion. What a champion.
I know.
What type of lists? Are they Horde lists?
Eric's, the top list, Nids, Horde, so top 3 lists are Horde.
Yep, all Horde.
The 4th top list is what we're looking at here is Eldar. 5th top list is Tau. Then we have 6th is Horde. 7th is,
it's not.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We got Orcs.
And Orcs.
He's not a Horde
Nah,
list.
Look,
his list.
there's a lot of models, but I wouldn't classify it as Horde. I know that sounds odd.
Yeah.
Look, there's 90 Grots, but then
Yeah.
there's 20
Meganobs,
15
15 looters, 15
Yeah.
tank
So look,
busters.
if you did it on model count, I would say you would probably classify as Horde.
But it doesn't hit the archetype.
No, I would say it's an elite archetype. Yeah.
It's very unique, that list. Xenos and Chaos, as you can
Sorry,
tell,
mate.
there's only one Imperium list. There's only one Imperium list in the top 10. Oh, no, sorry, there's two with the AdMech. My apologies.
Some dice rolled
dice rolled
underneath
under.
our table.
And the race is on.
Watch your step.
Was it a very special dice?
Was it a special dice?
Nah, it's not important.
Oh, here we go. We'll have one of the Cancon dice.
Dude, these are free. Replace it. There you go. Yeah, nice. You can have one too.
Dice for everyone. All right. Where are the Orcs? The Orcs are currently ranked 9th and 12th. So Andrew Armstrong is also showing up as sisters.
Man.
So
Yeah.
interestingly enough, we have the stats of how many actual sisters lists there are. So let me just bring that up. So the actual number of lists of sisters is 3. All right, there are 3 lists that have sisters in them. Yet, if you look at Best Coast pairings, as I said, the default was sisters, and there's a large number of players that I believe didn't submit their list in the app because they'd already submitted it via the email.
Yeah.
And for one reason or another, they've got the default. The other thing, so that's where that's coming to play.
One interesting thing, there's only one knight in the top 10, unless there is a knight in the AdMech army, which I don't believe there is. Actually, I'll look up that AdMech army. I'm interested.
Yep.
It's Isaac Robertson.
Yeah, I got it.
race you?
So he's got no knights. That's one brigade detachment.
Oh, holy crap. Dude, good on him. But yeah, there's one Knight Crusader in the top 10.
Yeah.
Very interesting. There's Death Watch and there is Guard in the top 10. It's all in the same army. One Imperium army. So we're getting some CP being spent. That might be, if he's got any left, it might be Warp Surge. Looks like he's lost a couple of those. It looks like he's lost 5 Bloodletters out. It's probably the Wraith Lord just punching in his last turn. He's just taken off that Warlock Skyrunner. Oh, he must have Perils. And Morosoy's going to take the D6 Perils.
Oh.
And so he's popped his brain.
Ouch.
That is a good play, Matt.
Ouch.
Matt continues with the good plays and the savagery.
Yeah, so we'll see.
ensues.
We can see here we've got the Guardian Defenders that have dropped in this top section. And there was a dude here that
Warlock
looks like
Skyrunner.
it unfortunately has perils. We might have do another roam shortly and just get a couple of confirmations around that. But that's
brutal.
yeah.
So this is going from bad to worse for Chris Wright. I'm going to pull up that strategy for you guys just so I can confirm the way it works. Because I know it's an absolutely brutal strat out there. Yeah, look, it's just a way of chaos to take advantage of something that's already going to hurt you, which is just brutality.
Yeah.
Let's go look at it.
It's a Zench card. I believe.
No.
Up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
When
sorry,
they
demonic
suffer-
possession.
They suffer 2 D3 mortal wounds instead of D3. And I think War Skyrunner's got only got 4 wounds. They start with 3 or 4 wounds, actually. I think they start with 2 on a basic Warlock. Probably only goes to 3 on the Skyrunner. So, yeah, 2 D3 mortal wounds. That's got a good chance of taking him out. Yeah, Mel, he did the double perils. It's brutal, guys.
The
So he's
Warlock Skyrunner, got 3 wounds.
Yeah, the 2D3 wound, 2D3 mortals, that's going to pick him up most of the time. So that is brutal. That's getting more kills. That's getting kills in Chris's top of turn 3.
Yep.
Savage.
So just a little quick shout out to our sponsors. We'll go with the Army Painter who's scrolling across the bottom right now. Hashtag get more time for gaming. When you use the Army Painter color primers, sprays, wall paints, quick shades, and battlefield accessories. So they, or Battlefield Essentials, I should say. If you want to get your army painted to a good, solid standard without spending the excruciating amount of time that some players have to go to, they've got really great techniques, good painting guides. Head over to their Facebook page, the Army Painter, and check out their videos and tutorials.
OTP Terrain is their other major sponsor for this event. They are a fantastic terrain building company. Everything's 3D printed, very high quality. There is a special deal for this weekend, from starting from this weekend until the end of February. 15% off your total purchase.
Till the 1st of February.
1st of February. 50% off your total purchase with the code OTP 15%. But the scrolling across the bottom, they do everything from 6mm to 32mm ranges, and all the same. So you get yourself a little bridge or you get a big bridge. Same design, just different sizes. The gifts of 3D printing.
Yeah, 100%. I believe they also do bespoke custom printing if you get in contact with them. So if there is something specific you're interested in printing, then go for it.
I think we've had most of those plague bearers be picked up, which I'm guessing is probably got Doom on them. Maybe he's got Guide on the Guardians, and he's probably put the Ultimate strat for +1 to hit. So he'll be hitting on 4s, winning on 4s, re-rolling. Looks like he's picked up just about that entire unit, unless there's any other line of sight blocking terrain. Now, next he's got that Void Bomber to strike. He's going to try and use that to take out a couple of characters. He's just trying to see which one's closest. He still does have a couple of Plague Bearers left, trailing behind. I'm interested to know why he hasn't put any in front of the characters. Although he must be pretty comfortable that they're out of line of sight of most of the rest of it. Although, because of the way the Bloodletters are still closer to the Warwalkers than the characters, so we can pull those Plague Bearers with absolute impunity.
Yep.
The only thing he's to worry about is the Void Raven. And to be honest, the Void Raven was already behind his lines anyway. Could already target the characters. So Matt's just on the ball, guys. You're going for a roam. We're just going to read out something just to get on top of these comments. You want another crazy photo? Yeah, do another one. Come on, we'll do a sweet one. No. Just a happy couple.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Okay, Diffy's going to Roman. JB Painting, I believe I'm going to be in Serbia playing for the ETC during your event, but there is no reason why Diffy cannot stream that with a compatriot.
It's one of my favourite events.
Yeah, you want to play?
Look, I'll have a chat with Jared. We'll see what we can come up with, but take that as a compliment, mate. Like, it's one of my favourite events. I'd love to play in it. But I'm keen also on streaming it, so we'll work something out.
The world meta is a little different. Astra Militarum and Imperium Knights are still very strong. Guard plus Castellan sits about 60% win rate. And Imperial Knights in general have a 60% win rate, and when they aren't playing the mirror, Cancon is awesome because it's a little different from the norm. I absolutely agree. Cancon is a very unique event. Due to the gauntlet nature, you can't just win your first 5 games and slingshot into the top. You have to keep winning. The only way to get a good standing at the end of this is to win and win and win. Doesn't matter by which margin, doesn't matter how, as long as it's sporting, as long as it's in the nature of the game, just keep getting wins. All right, Diffy, give us what you can see.
So it looks like Matt's got 2 CP remaining, and he's just removed us. And Chris has got 1 CP remaining.
Okay, any ideas what he's shooting right now? Looks like he's done a couple of wounds to one of the sorcerers at the back there, or one of the change casters. I'm not quite sure which one's which. But the Demon Prince has got wounds on it as well.
No, he's punching in combat.
Okay.
So right now, there is, in combat here with these Bloodletters, we have a Solitaire, we have Eldrad, we have a Troop Master, I think they're called Troop Masters, whatever they're called, the Troop HQ guys. And the Wraith Lord. Just quite a few characters in the mix there with that Bloodletter.
Yeah, it looks like he'll probably end up losing those Bloodletters. If he has any left to attack, he'd be pretty lucky, but whatever he's got left is going to pop unless he rolls a 1. You'd have to assume.
Yeah, potentially.
And all those characters are now exposed. One Zangor bomb can go in and clear all of those characters out.
Yeah, so there's still 2, 4, 6 Bloodletters on the objective. And 2, 4, 5 are near where the Wraith Lord is. He's taking a few more. I would not be surprised one bit if he saves those 2 CP and auto passes, so as you can get still hold that objective. But we will, we'll play that by ear. He might not do that.
I wouldn't, honestly. I think that's a dead cause.
It gives him hold more.
Well, I think he already gets it. So he's already holding 2, and as long as he drops it, gets one of his bombs onto that center objective next to that Wraith Lord, he's going to get 3. Or he could just re-rack and go again, charge Zangos into that and back onto that top objective.
Yeah, true. Well, we'll see how that goes.
If he can pull down a character though, now that'd be pretty interesting. Give us the Eric and Walduck game.
I think look, there's a lot of great, but I think the game might be a little bit already done.
Give us a scorecard, brother, if you can get it.
I just got shot by Warlock. So as far as scores concerned, both of them just got hold 1 in the first turn, so pretty low scoring first turn. In the second turn, Hayden got hold 1, and Eric got the full 5 points, and he's got 1 point for a recon. So at the moment, it's 2-4, 6-7-2 at the, I believe, top of turn 3.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to you keep talking about. I've got a quick chat with Michael Moore.
All right. So, look, it's the carpet of gaunts. We have.
Let's take a pile into they're all based.
They've been summoned, or they're just there. Are they summoned or got summoned?
Fair enough.
All right. So quite a few drones, quite a few flamers were summoned. So he wasn't able to eventually get some summoning on the table, and just took morale on the plague bearers and rolled 1 and got a number of those plague bearers back, which I think is going to at least help a little. But I think Eric's got that one pretty locked down.
Okay, it looks like we've got a couple of attacks back with the bloodletters, and then they're probably all just going to pop. Wonder if we can do a couple of wounds. What are you saying, mate? What are they trying to do?
All right, so looks like the Solitaire's gone.
He's got picked up.
Yeah,
that's
so
huge.
Bloodletters took out the Solitaire, so that's another headhunter point.
It is.
And but Eldrad and Troop and the Warwalker are still there. So we'll see. He did pay the 2 CP to keep
the
him around.
bloodletters. Well, I wouldn't have done that, honestly. I don't think that's a good call. We'll find out why he did that later. I'm actually going to make sure I got a message to ask him if we get him on the interview. All right, so Mads, this is the bottom of turn 3. Both of Mads' bombs have to come in. We're about to see the scores updated for Chris. He's definitely picked up another Reaper point due to the majority of the bloodletters being picked up. There was a unit of 29 starting there. It looks like there's only a handful left. So that's a minimum another Reaper point. And of course, he's picked up the majority of. He's picked up all the plague bearers as well. So that's probably a second Reaper point. So he's probably on 3 for Reaper. And if those are marked for death as well, there's another point there also. Now, I'm not quite sure. Any ideas what the unit at the top near the forest is? Closer to Morosoli's side. Sorry?
Talking about these ones?
No, on the other side. On Morosoli's side.
Oh, sorry, Morosoli's side. Apologies.
There's unit of 2 guys holding that objective.
Look, that's a very good question. I'm not sure what you want to call them. I'd have to check his list.
I'll check his list now, mate.
They look like Nurglings on small bases.
Brimstone Horrors, mate.
Oh, they're Brimstone Horrors.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we just had the scores chucked in for Chris. Looks like he only got 3 points in that turn. I think we're about to see Morosoli leap straight ahead. Well, he's already ahead. He's still ahead by 5, and he hasn't at the bottom of his turn yet. All these characters are about to break out. What's up? You heading back?
Just getting asked a question, so I'm just going to mute off Zach.
Inside call.
Inside call for Chris.
It's not going well.
Did you see that one come through?
I can barely hear him.
All right, so the inside call from Chris, he said it's not going very well.
Yeah, fair enough. We can see, unfortunately for him. The bombs have to come in this turn. We're going to be looking at a unit of 29, or I think it's 20 or 29 Zangors, and he's going to have a unit of 25 Brimstone Horrors, Pink Horrors coming in. The Pink Horrors probably come in, and they easily account for the Guardians if they're fully buffed. I don't think Chris has any CP left, does he?
I'll just confirm that. He had 1 more. No, it looks like both players are out of command points.
Yeah, no command points left. So he's not giving those Guardians a 4+ invulnerable saves. They're just going to have a 5+ versus the 2+ to wound horrors, which is actually going to be quite savage. Probably going to pick up all of those. And the Zangor bomb probably bombs back into where the Bloodletters are and tries and eats and gives a full Headhunter contingent out of eating all those characters and taking off the Wraith Lord.
Yes, so he's just dropped those. He's just dropping his horror bomb, as you can see now, close to his character castle.
Yep.
But he's making sure the couple of swing back to the appropriate heralds, the buffs that he wants.
Yep. Now he's moved all his casters down the bottom, hasn't he?
He has.
Why do you think he's done that, mate?
Very good question. I'm just trying to think. Look, he could be looking at trying. He'd probably look at trying to take out that plane this turn.
Oh yeah, so the Psychics smite out the plane, the Horrors take care of the Guardians, and then the Zangors take care of the characters at the top.
Yep.
And then this is oh wow, this is over if that happens. Yeah, there they are. They're getting chucked down now. He's chucking them down pretty close, but he'll measure them out and push them back in a minute.
You'll also notice
If they make that 8-inch charge, holy crap! What's up?
You'll also notice that there's a bunch of dice.
Oh, there, yeah.
So I reckon that's where.
That is where the Zangors are going, man.
The Zangors are going.
Mind you, keep in mind, I think he's going to have to cast Weaver of Fate this turn, just so he gets a reroll on the Zangor charge. Otherwise, it's just a straight 8 on 2 dice. So he'll probably cast Weaver of Fate, keep that reroll in his pocket for the Zangor charge, which is something he's been known to do quite a lot.
Yeah. I'm also not 100% certain whether or not Chris counts up with his wounds or down with his wounds. That remaining flyer has a 2 on a D20. I might just quickly check. Do you count up or down, just out of curiosity? 2 wounds left? Yeah, that's 2 wounds left on the flyer.
Wow, yeah, the flyer's gone. So the flyer's gone. Oh, wow, this is going to be huge. So if you see where he's stringed back those Zangors, so they're always going to be covering those Psykers now. So that makes things a lot more clear that he's well and truly thought this ahead. Look, I actually think this is a bit of a masterful game by Matt. Just the combination of things he's done, getting the Death Hex off, risking Ahriman not getting the warp time back into cover to get that Death Hex off. The big charge to wrap and get all those Bloodletters in on those now no save Skyweavers. Big swing in this game, huge swing in this game. I actually thought it was a mistake when he was doing it. I think you remember I said, but that was when we did not know that one of those bikes was on the bottom level. Just one of those bikes on the bottom level enabled like an extra 10 to 12 of those Bloodletters to attack, and they did all the damage in the world.
Yeah.
There it is. The plane's just gone, guys. He just picked it up straight away. He might even pick up that Wraith Lord this turn. It's just whether or not he wants to risk a longer charge into the ranges in the building.
Yeah,
so he's going to start casting.
he's just doing some psychic powers onto the Wraith Lord right now.
Look, I got to agree. The Warwalkers have not provided anything in this game. He could not have gotten in better places elsewhere.
I'm just being told by one of the TOs that he's doing a walk around. I have to make sure they behave.
Nice. Nice. Yes, look, this is near a perfect game for Matt so far. I questioned some of his choices, but man, I was totally wrong. He's made every right call, guys. Every right call.
All right, so there's 4 wounds left on the Wraith Lord.
Oh, cool.
Couple of perils going on.
He did. I didn't ask shit. Yeah.
There are a number of perils going on at the moment.
Okay, guys. Looks like we're still in the Psychic phase. He's going to start trying to... Yeah, he's plunking down wounds off this Wraith Lord. He's probably going to drop the Psychic alone. No, we're straight into the shooting phase. The Psychic has done this. The Wraith Lord is still there. That probably works in his favour, to be honest. He probably doesn't want to kill it entirely. Leave it on a couple of wounds left. Give a good charge target and a good wrap target for the Zangors. Maybe he only piles 1 or 2 into it. Brings it down to 1-2 wounds left. Then he piles in, wraps it. Cannot be shot. So he only has the target of the Horrors left. This is the Horrors shooting. This is probably only the first round, to be honest. They do get a lot of shots. He's probably got reroll 1s on them as well. And they're probably wounding on 2s. Here's the first round of saves on those Guardians. No, sorry. He's about to roll again. He's the second round of shooting from those horrors. They do put out a lot of DACA guys. He's got 50 shots there. They've got 2 shots each at 18 inches. And they're going to be, with the Flux Master in there, they're going to be +1 strength. So they're going to be hitting wounding on 3s. I don't think he'd give him +1 to wound though. He hasn't got the CP available. Yeah, sorry, they might have got real ones. I don't think he brought his Flux Master. Usually he brings a Flux Master in these lists to get them real ones, but I don't think he's brought it in this one. 3 shots each. My apologies, guys. He's got 75 shots. Holy crap. Yes, I thought they do. Look, yeah, so they could be winning on 2s. Actually, they should be winning on 2s. Ozhammer, thanks for hosting us, man. Appreciate it. About to have all these saves done. Whether he starts taking one at a time. He's going to take them 4 at a time on the support systems, as he should. Off to Diffie.
All right, and we're back. I have no idea what that says, but anyway. Trying to work out score sheets, but some of them are a bit more confusing
Sorry,
than
guys.
others.
I'm not up to date on my my horrors tech, which is a mistake on my part. I said that horrors have 2 attacks. They've got 3 attacks.
Yeah.
I said they're going to get reroll 1s. They still are going to get reroll 1s from the Demon Prince if he's in range.
He's not in range.
Yeah, I didn't think he was either.
So
But honestly, I don't think it matters.
yeah, look. So basically, he measured the range to this guy. So I can't remember what buffs that's going to give him. Because
Look, I don't think he's killed that many of those Guardians. There's still a bunch of them left, and only one of the support systems has been picked up.
yeah.
Wow, maybe he just bounced off the 3+ armor.
Was it enough though?
Yeah, it is going to be enough. With the state of the rest of the board, it is going to be enough.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I think he just rolled hot on his dice, guys. I think we're straight into the charge phase. He's going to declare the charge on the Wraith Lord. He's going to declare charge on the Rangers, and he's going to declare charge on his back character as well.
He's
got
got some
Overwatch
Overwatch.
coming in.
It's one down. Yes, that's a Death Jester in the bottom right-hand corner. So we've got.
With Demon Prince, I don't think it matters, guys. I think it's just Demons get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it's a Cinch Demon Prince, it buffs Cinch Demons.
Yep.
Which is why T-Sun's Demon Prince is a very good value, because they're both 10,000 Suns and Cinch.
Yep. I mean, he might be in range
He
here.
made the charge, guys. He rocked up that 8-inch charge. It doesn't look like he needed a reroll either. He just Stonewall Jacksoned it in the terms of Kenny Boucher.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like, because I believe there is, I believe there was earlier, and I should have probably had a better look when I was over there last time. But we had another situation where Chris deployed. You can see 3 Rangers up the top here on that ruin. There's 1 in the second level, and there's 1 on the bottom. So another situation where I believe we're going to have a model on the bottom causing issues.
Yeah, another Ranger on the bottom floor who's going to cause him to have a much shorter charge.
Interestingly enough, in the
He's just going to dogleg back to get the real
Yep.
ones, because why not? Those 2 guys weren't going to get to attack anyway.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, he must have had the range, or maybe he didn't. But you'll notice he hasn't engaged the Death Jester.
No, I don't think he made the charge. I think that was the 12-inch charge he needed. I think he's
Okay. Yeah, possibly.
Look, he's going to want to wrap that Wraith Lord. He doesn't want to kill it. He wants to wrap it and keep it there for a turn. Kill it in his turn, break out, do exactly the same thing to the Warwalkers. Charge him, wrap him, kill him in 2 turns.
Yeah, so we're still in the charge move. I think we're just moving into pile-ins by the looks of it. How did that many horrors go against Storm Guardians in combat?
What, if the horrors charge?
Yeah.
It's a pillow fight. They're both hitting each other on... Oh, sorry, the Guardians hitting on 3s, wounded on 4s, and the horrors are hitting on 4s, wounded on 4s.
Yeah.
There are more horrors than there are Guardians. There's 25 to under 20 now.
Yeah, but how are the remaining Storm Guardians going to go if they just shoot the horrors?
The horrors will get cut down pretty well.
Yeah, so you may as well charge.
You may as well charge, yeah.
But it looks like he's gone.
Unless he just wants to hold that objective, keep
Possibly.
his board position. I don't think he needs to, honestly. I don't think it's a big deal.
Actually, I think he could hold his board position while
doing it.
And
tagging it,
so he's gone straight into actually rolling attacks now. So from that perspective,
He did not kill the. He did kill the Wraith Lord, did he? Doesn't look like it. So he's rolling his second round of attacks. Those ranges will get picked up. There's nothing you can do to not have them not get picked up. But it's just whether or not he kills the Wraith Lord. Well, the Wraith Lord's toughness 8, so he's winning on 6s.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect target for him to wrap.
Yep. So.
Become the Rangers. The Rangers just get. Honestly, if you just pick the Rangers up, there's no way they're going to live through this.
I agree.
He's got 5 guys getting winded on 3s. They'll get a 6-up save, and he's going to have probably about 20 attacks. It's good to see they're helping each other. Passing around, working together, get the job done.
I think Matt was going to try and just leave them on the top to say where they were rather than trying to reach in underneath.
Yeah.
Chris
like,
said
I need
no.
to know where they are.
Yeah.
Needs to be done.
The ITC terrain, which you're looking at right now,
It's
modular.
It's
so
fantastic.
you can just take that top layer up and get them in there.
How much time we got left in the round? Any ideas? You can't see it. They've moved it.
Blair.
Hold on. Yeah, 1 hour and 6 minutes to go.
Fantastic.
And there's also a 60% off sale if you head over to the FLG Max.
Yes, Frontline Gaming Australia is present here. The fantastic cousin of Reese, Nick, everyone calls him Rando. Great man, very, very nice guy. He's here selling mats. He's got 50%, up to 60% off. He's got selling 4x4 mats for $50 and 6x4 mats for $100.
Yep.
Great deals, great discounts. Come on down, say hello, introduce yourself. He's really invested in trying to promote and grow the community, and he's just a wonderful gentleman.
Yeah, so we've been having lots of chats with him over the weekend because, as you know, we also are trying to, promote the Australian 40k scene outside of Australia. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll hopefully see some more partnerships with FLG Oz going forward.
I'm just going to tell you right now, Matt's going to get the bonus point. He is holding every objective. Except the one in the bottom left corner, actually. Sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got 4 objectives now. He's taken the one off the Wraith Lord, he's taken the one off the Rangers. He's still got the Bloodletters in the top right. And he's got the Horrors on that one. Yeah, he's on 4 of the he's on 4 of the 5 objectives.
Yeah, I wonder why he hasn't
Well, what is the bonus point for this mission? Let's find out.
It's mission 1. It's mission 1.
Okay.
So we're going to quickly look that up, but those in the chat, if they beat us to it, what is the bonus point for mission number 1? Let's bring up the mission sheet ourselves. Who's going to beat us to it?
Yeah.
Who's going to beat us to it? Where do you guys regularly play in Victoria? Yes, we play primarily in Victoria. We are local boys down there.
No, he has to hold a new test 5 or more.
5
so
or
he's
more.
Not doing it. Actually,
no, he'll get it.
He'll
get it right now.
Bonus point this time.
Oh, depending on those Bloodletters.
Actually, wait, those Bloodletters might all be gone.
No. I think there might still be hard to say.
Yeah,
We've
because
got
the Troop Master's still under there as well, and a Death Gesture hammering into him.
So
the scores put in,
the Troop Master.
That's
Troop
the end of turn
Master
3.
is the 2 characters are there. Troop Master and Eldrad. Maybe this is now Eldrad. I think there might still be a Bloodletter underneath on this objective.
Well, we're about to see if he chucks in that bonus point. I mean, there is. He's up to 16 points to 9. Well, he's going to probably chuck in 17 points to 9.
So round 3, we're not seeing a bonus point being
He
updated.
didn't get it, so they're all gone.
So basically, they got 3 points apiece there. Matt got Holdmore and Chris got Killmore that turn. So those Rangers are still there.
Yeah,
so once again,
I think he's
just aim for the wrap.
Yeah, he can kill him at his leisure whenever he wants. And because he's still in combat, he doesn't need Killmore this turn. He already had Killmore.
Yep.
So he's just like, that's Killmore next turn. So why take it now? That's really good. Honestly, I can't see Chris closing the gap from where he is.
It's tough. 17 to 9.
Yeah. All he can shoot is horrors. And look, he probably can clear the horrors.
Yep.
We got another update.
There's a ranger surrounded. Yeah. So he just asked me,
Can you go straight up?
can I just go straight up? And he said,
So we're just having some rules discussions with one of the TOs.
Yeah, that's right. You're correct.
So one thing Matt didn't plan for was the fact that he's only wrapped one ranger on that bottom floor,
Yep.
and that ranger's just going to go bang, move up the floor, and fall back straight up.
Whoa.
You can do it. There's nothing says you can't do it. Because they're infantry, they can just go straight up. So he's just going to fall back that way. Look, all it doesn't actually do anything. It just means that the Zangors have to kill the Wraith Lord, which they're going to. 100%. If he doesn't kill it in combat in his turn, he just smites it out in his magic phase, and they charge anyway. Which is why the positioning of the Warwalkers is really bad, man. Really bad. Those Warwalkers should be walking the shit away from those Zangors. Because he's going to smite out that Wraith Lord, and then the Zangors are going to get the charge no matter what.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't think he's seen that play. I don't think he's seen that. He's still got like 6 smites there.
Yeah, it's so brutal.
6 friggin' smites.
So brutal. So those Storm Guardians are moving on up the table.
He might as well charge.
I wonder, I think it probably would have been a better move for those horrors
maybe
to charge in. Maybe they failed the charge. Yeah. Maybe he decided he didn't need to do it. The other thing worth pointing out, he's still got a Dark Matter crystal up his sleeve.
He can,
whatever it's called.
He
The
can
crystal.
relocate that unit.
Yeah.
If he wants to. If he's still stuck in combat, he doesn't want to be, he can still jump them out.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to, though.
I agree. But, like, all right, let's say he fluffs his smites against that Wraith Lord and he wants out of there.
Well, it's at the movement phase, so it's after cycle. So we have to decide beforehand.
You got me.
Yeah. And plus, it would mean he's further away. That's top 9 inches out.
Yeah.
But look, he could relocate behind those Guardians if he wanted to.
Yep.
And just make sure that they're going to die. Do you actually want to get... he's just walked out. But when he comes back, would you like to get Nick on? I'll take a pee break. Oh, yeah. See if he wants to come on, man.
All right. Just muted you, actually.
All right, so we're going to ask Nick Ranto, the head of FLG Oz and cousin of Reese, who is the head honcho of Frontline Gaming Australia, who's asking if he wants to come on and just have a quick chat to you. Yeah, come on. I'm going to need a quick break. Yeah, I know.
All right. So watch step. All right, and here we go.
Good day, everyone. How are we?
All right, so we've been plugging you a little bit, but who are you? Where you from? What do you do? What's your sale?
So I sell FLG mats. Basically, we sponsored all the tables on the mats on the tables today. Sorry.
So how many mats have you got out there?
We got 75 on the tables, and then we're selling a few extra ones just unwrapped, so they're coming off the tables today. You can see the table here and all the terrain. That's actually first prize today, which is pretty sick. So we just drove down from Queensland. We're Queensland based in Brisbane. Just drove down to sponsor the event, support the boys. Really good.
How long was the drive for you?
We split it up, so it's about 15 hours.
Oh.
So it was good.
Yeah, it was. We drove up. We actually drove up separately. Long story. We were planning on driving up together, but I think for me it was a little over 8 hours with stops with a bigger crew.
Yep,
whereas Adam drove up by himself, and he did it much quicker because he stopped, had something to eat, and kept going. Whereas obviously we had 8 adults and two 1-year-olds in a minibus.
Wow.
There's a few more stops and walking around.
Got the toilet breaks and stuff.
We stopped at the dog on the tucker box.
Nice.
Yeah. Bloke, Australian icon.
We stopped at the giant banana and the giant ram.
So the question from the stream: how much are the 6x4 mats?
So we're selling them today for $100. So they're usually 146 with shipping. So just straight off the tables. But usually it's 146, and that includes shipping for the 6x4s.
Awesome. So if you're interested in the mats and you're on the stream, obviously not here in attendance, you could potentially get in contact with one of the players that you know that are here. So there's a number of Vic boys I know that are currently watching. So Totally Not Panics has thrown out there, hey Adam, want to pick me up a mat? He's just gone to the loo. We'll confirm whether or not Adam can grab you one and you sort him out. Jared, if you're also interested, obviously you're in Melbourne as well, so that makes things a little easy. Would be funny if we ended up driving back with. Is this entered? Yeah. Okay. All right. It'll be funny, just to see how many mats the Down Under Network guys driving home for the Melbourne lads.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We've also got a few tables of terrain, guys, so if you want anything, the least we have to take back to Queensland, the better.
Yeah, so you got a handful of orcs.
Orcs, we've got the light up Necron terrain and then 3 just urban style terrains.
So if, let's just do a little quick, so that there, that there is the orc table.
Yep.
It might be a little harder to see, but we'll see how we go. The light up terrain right there is the Necron table. And probably...
This is kind of the urban.
And the urban's kind of what we're watching right now.
Yep.
If you go to the FLG website, you'll see probably better high-res pictures
the best way to do it.
of the terrain. But yeah, so, I mean, the light-up terrain looks really awesome, and of course goes really well with the... I don't think it's called...
It's a Robot City.
Yeah, Robot City.
It's not Necron.
Yeah.
But it would play well with Necron.
Yes. And I think you can probably get away with calling it the orc terrain because...
Probably to the end,
yeah, but it's... is it with the K or the C?
It's with the C.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's 120 guys and 200 with a mat. So, usually we sell it full price, unbuilt, obviously not painted, for about 360 up to 420. So,
yep.
It's good deal if you guys want it. Hit us
yeah,
up.
so obviously the terrain is a good deal naturally, but getting it pre-built and painted saves a fair bit of time. Who doesn't want to save time?
Exactly right.
I'd rather be playing on the table than building it.
You and me both.
I don't mind. Look, I quite enjoy building one feature piece of terrain.
Yep.
But there's no way I can be bothered doing every single piece at that level. It's good to good to get them pre-built and painted. Going back to the game for a second, so you'll notice we've lost quite a few of those horrors here to the Storm Guardians. Still got a few left. Keeping in mind we've got no CP left for auto passing that morale. I'm going to hazard a guess because that looks like that's the pile of the dead. So there's probably a couple underneath here that we can't see. So I'm going to say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He's probably lost probably 15 of what was the original. I've got that here. The horror squad was 25 models, nice. So there's probably 10-ish left after taking 15 wounds. So that's, I don't know if that's auto pop, but it's pretty damn close. And we've got the final score for the top table, so which was Eric versus Hayden Waldock. The winner of that was going to then be 7-0, which is to run the gauntlet here in 8 rounds of Swiss. It's brutal. Many years, not all of them, but many years at Cancon, we've actually seen the winner not winning all 8 games. Because you end up, this is the most players we've ever had, but you end up having, sometimes by round 6 of the 8-round event, we've had it that we've had one player on 6 wins, and there's 2 more rounds to go, and of course, they then might lose one, and you end up with a whole bunch of people on 7-1.
Yep.
So we'll at this stage we can obviously only have one person on 8-0, and Eric's the only one that can match that. Hayden is 7-1. Both players. So the winner of the game on stream will be 7-1. I think there's going into the. There'll be 6-1. If they win, and Hayden is now 6-1. There'll be quite a few players going in the final round that will be on 6-1. So it'll be interesting to see just how it ends up going. If Eric wins the next round, he wins the event. If Eric loses the next round, it's going to be really tight.
Yeah, it's got a couple of points.
Because the closest to catching him. So if Morrisoli, so the Chaos player on stream now, wins this game, and then he's already played Eric, so they can't play each other again. If Chris wins this game, then Chris will play Eric.
Gotcha.
Pretty much for the event. Whereas, as I said, we can have a very weird scenario where a number of the top players that going into the final round are on 6-1 have already played Eric.
Wow.
So Eric has, I'll have to double check, but probably the strongest strength of schedule. Yeah, going into this round, Eric's strength of schedule was 4,582.
Wow.
And so a good jump ahead of his opponents.
Yep.
Because all of Matt Morrisoli, he lost to Eric.
Yep.
Will, who's currently in 5th, he lost to Eric. So get this, if Will wins his game, Matt wins his game, this one on stream.
Yep.
Eric won't be playing the 2nd or 3rd highest ranked player.
Wow.
He'll be jumping right down to the 4th. Like it's,
That's crazy. Isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. So we've. I'm just trying to confirm which turn we're in. Yes, Chris is just entering some scores, and it looks like those Zangors have managed to take out the Wraithlord, but the Warwalkers have come in to join the fight.
Yep.
One of the things I don't know if Chris has banked on is the fact that these Zangors have still got the Crystal Matrix up their sleeve. They haven't used that yet, so there's a good chance he could just pop out and charge again without having to worry about falling back and charging. But he wants to be in combat with those Warwalkers probably at this point in the game anyway. So he might even stay there. We'll wait and see how that goes. But we've got a whole pile of characters here. They're just going to come forward. Look, we're going to see some smites going here.
Yep.
And yes, those horrors did blow up. They're gone. There's no horrors left there. We've got one of the Nurgle Heralds remaining. Looks like he's going to go forward. I believe it's a Nurgle Herald, based on the fact that Morrisoli's Plague Bearers were actually painted blue to match the colour scheme of the rest of the army, whereas the Herald was actually, I believe, a borrowed model, so it's actually the brown colour. So it's about it. Just some second-hand shopping. So I've been lied to by my co-host. He's claimed he needed a toilet break. What he really wanted to do is head off to the second-hand stall.
Nice.
Is there anything else that you wanted to plug?
No, that's it, guys. We're good.
All right.
Awesome event.
And once again, big thanks to FLG, both Oz and US. So right now, I'm not sure just how many are watching us through the FLG hosting. We don't quite get those numbers. We might be able to find them out after the weekend. But I'd be interested to know what they end up.
All the LVO boys have had it. They're all building terrain for the LVO, and they've been watching it all day. They've been commenting on it and telling me how good it's been. So awesome job, guys. And thank you very much for putting on such a good show. It's been awesome.
Mate, and appreciate your support of the event. I mean, without companies in the community really getting behind some of these events, trying to make, we've got 100 and, I think, day one, we started with, about 145 players, and we've had about 5 dropouts over the first 2 days. So we're about 140-ish now. To get that much terrain, normally what you would see in an event this size, and I've been to a number of Cancons over the years, so going back a couple years, especially in 5th edition, pretty much all the boards were just boards. Definitely didn't have any of the mats. We still got, some of the terrain here is still rock formations and whatnot. But a lot of the tables is the ITC style terrain. Now, whether or not all of it is the actual FLG terrain, or whether or not there's a couple of other third parties that are going as well, but it's all similar in nature.
And it looks
with
great,
but there is a handful of tables that have been brought by players. So you've got the community has to get an event this size. We have to see terrain provided by the community
and help out exactly.
Because look, an event organizer isn't going to be able to get 70 plus tables of terrain of ITC requirements without some help of the community. So it's really good to see the community getting together.
It is. It's been an awesome event. It's been really good. Thanks for hosting it, guys. It's been great. Really
no problems. Thanks for all having us.
All good. I'll jump out.
Cheers.
The aircon back in the house. How you doing, guys?
Okay. We are in the hasn't been updated quietly. I'm just gonna do that myself.
Chris has cut the margin considerably.
Sorry, what was that?
So it's just Chris has had his top of four.
So he's had top of four, where he got hold one and kill one, but he also capped out Reaper, and 2 points for Mark for Death.
Wow. Okay. Yep. So he had done a considerable swing there.
Yep.
Now I'm guessing we're going to see.
So the horror bomb was taken out by the Guardians.
Yep.
And we've got a couple of characters that have. Let me just bring that back up. So here's the remainder. Well, not remainder. Here's the corpse pile of those Guardians that were originally here.
Oh, so the horrors. Yep.
Sorry, horrors. Apologies. They were taken out by the Storm Guardians, which is what's remaining here. We're currently into the top of four with Matt diving in. I think I went on a bit of a rant earlier. I had the score sheet handed in, and I didn't actually read it out. I started ranting about who they were and whatnot, and then stopped. Anyway, Eric ended up getting a 35-point win over Hayden's 16. So it was a big win to Eric, and unfortunately a relatively, well, not a horrible loss, but Hayden really would have been hoping to get a few more points there. Yeah. We saw Eric pretty much max out his primaries except for turn 1.
Okay, wow.
So he got the bonus.
Jeez, that's dominant.
He got the bonus 5 times.
That is incredible.
Yeah. So I'd be interested. I'm fairly confident to say Eric has got the most number of bonuses of any player this weekend.
In this event, yeah. Look, that'll be interesting to see if we get the stats on that at some point.
I don't even need to see the stats.
That is the level of confidence he has in
Yep.
that man. Looks like the Guardians have been smited out quite convincingly.
Yep.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and the support system left. Most likely the Sorcerers will charge into that and finish that off quite convincingly. Looks like he's got a Demon Prince and the Zangos going into the Woolwalkers as well.
Yes.
There's 3 of them in there.
So in the bottom of turn 4, in Chris's turn, the Zangos took out the Warwalker.
Yep.
The Wraith Lord, apologies. But also he charged in the Warwalkers into the Zangos.
Oh wow. Okay.
Rather than walking away,
yep.
he committed.
Interesting choice there.
Look, I think it was the wrong play.
I think it was the wrong play.
Yeah, because the Demon Prince is going to come in and just tear them apart.
He's going to rip one, probably 1.5 up, and the Zangos will probably finish the other one. And then literally all he's got is characters and rangers left.
Yep. So we've got 45 minutes left on the clock.
Which is this bottom of turn 4. Look, that probably means this is going to get a conclusion.
Yep, I'd be fairly confident that these guys are going to finish. Look, they're running out of units. Oh, so we've just charged the Nurgle Herald into the Storm Guardians.
They're going to use a cocked or a fate roll. Looks like he's not made it.
No, I think
he has.
No, he has.
He has made it.
So what he's trying to do, he's trying to get as many as he can all on the one model. Look, whether or not that's the perfect move, he's going to have to be very careful with the order he does those models.
His order operation's going to
I don't think he needed to do it that way. And the reason why I'm concerned... All right, so Chris has no CP to interrupt.
No.
All right, so basically...
Even if it does, it's freaking Guardians against Zinch characters. He's not going to do anything.
Yep.
Did that DP warp time to get in range of the charge? I wasn't here.
I don't believe he did. I think I believe he just moved, but I would unfortunately, I must have missed whether he tried to warp time that guy in. He definitely charged around, which is obviously the correct play with the changes to fly.
So now he can't. These attacks are going to be strength 6 -1 D3 damage from the sorcerers. He can't afford to take that on the support system. Just kill it in one shot. Looks like he has, and Matt must have only rolled a 1 on the damage because the support system's still there. It's only got 2 wounds. Look, Tony Panks says, I think you just try and kill as many of the Guardians as possible. They're already in trouble with morale as it is. That is absolutely correct. Well, I think he just needs to take off a couple more and they're pretty much auto pop. Because he's gone from pretty much the full unit down to, what, 7 left?
Yeah, so with the basically what we were seeing, so that when the horrors were shot at, I believe he lost about 15 of the 25 or thereabouts, maybe even a little bit more than the 15, and then he just popped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they're in leadership 7, lose 15, you're going to lose 8 plus D6, which easily counts for the rest. So we've got a bit of a chat going on. So the support system has been picked up. We've got a couple more saves coming in. Looks like 2 more dudes.
He's keeping track of how many are dead.
The casualties, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to, it looks like Demon Prince is going to attack now. He's going to have his 6 attacks, hit knocks, rolling.
He'll also be giving the, it's a T-Sun's Demon Prince, so he'll be giving the Zangors a reroll 1 to hit as well.
So he'll be winning on 3s. The -2 damage, he'll get 6 up saves. Oh, you got 5 up in bomb, sorry. 2, 4, 6, 10 damage done. Here's the Spirit Stones. Nothing saves, just 1 extra 6. No. Not see if he's killed 2, he's going to see if they explode. Neither of them explode. That Demon Prince just went ballistic. Oh no, he's only killed the 1. Apologies, he's done significant damage to the other one though. Here come the Zangors piling in.
I would probably attack with the Zangors first.
No,
I said I would have.
There was nowhere near enough dice to beat the Zangors.
No, I said I would have attacked with the Zangors first.
Okay, cool.
Because he was never going to. So the Demon Prince was in range of all 3 War Walkers.
That's true, absolutely right.
Alright, so he should have charged, hit with the Zangors first. Because unless he's trying to get more Zangors into the Rangers, which is a possibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rangers, of course, still there. They couldn't have moved away.
Well, he could have fallen back straight up. We don't know.
Well,
he was allowed to.
That was the only thing he was
whether or not he did or not, I don't know.
Oh, he must have. If they would have been dead through Chris's turn, they would have been dead.
Yeah.
So they're still there, which means he did fall back. Epic cheese. If only Morrisoli had some Slanesh in his army and he could make the walkers run away from morale, that would be awesome. Absolutely correct. That would be awesome.
Alrighty then. So look, I think this is pretty much just on mop up now at this stage.
They've just put a character here. I don't know what that is.
Can't see, maybe finger.
Yeah, just there, man.
Bring up the list again. So it'll be. So it won't be. It won't be Matt's list. I don't think. I think you'll find it'll be Chris's list. So
could be a Death Jester.
I don't think it's a Death Jester. Because the Death Jester was we had one in the. So there's a Death Jester currently sitting here, and there was one at the start of the game up there. So both the Death Jesters, which he only had 2, are gone. The Troop Master was up the top of the table. That could be the Solitaire, but I think the Solitaire's dead.
Yeah.
You know what? We could probably just do another Rove. Roving with Diff.
Hashtag roving with Diff.
Should be a new, should be drive time with Diff anymore. It's roving with Diff. Roving to work, roving home from work. I can't hear you on my end. You got the desktop audio, is good to go. Looks like 1 Zangor has been picked up.
So you should be able to hear me come through.
Yep, 2 or 3 Zangors picked up in that combat.
You got me coming through?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. So we have, in the center of the table, we have a walking sorcerer, we have a disc sorcerer, and we have, I've gone blank on the name of some of these new Zench Heralds. We've got a Zench Herald there though.
Changecaster.
Yeah, it'll be the Changecaster. And then of course, up the top center where Matt's roughly standing, we've got Armor on a disc, Sorcerer on a disc, and one of the Noble Heralds.
Yep.
And just for clarity, that's Eldrad, that character that you were talking about, who's standing there with the Zangors.
Sorry?
In the Zangor bomb, Eldrad.
It's Eldrad. He's put Eldrad into the Zangor bomb to try and hold him up.
Yep.
Interesting stuff there.
So right now, up the top right-hand corner of the screen, we have just got a Wraithlord sitting on an objective, and that's it. There's a number of dead models over there, but there's, as far as what's on the table, it's just a Wraithlord. The Rangers are still sitting near that forest. Currently, I don't think scoring anything. The Rangers in the ruins where Chris is.
Yep.
He's just, they don't look like they're engaged at all. I don't think.
So it's just the Warwalker being tabbed now. The Warwalker will have to fall back, but the Rangers seem fine, yeah?
The Rangers are fine where they are. The Warwalker could, I'm going to say he could fall back. However, the Zangos can't be shot because they've wrapped Eldrad.
Of course. There is another character there. So there's Eldrad and there's a character above him towards you. What is that character?
So where do you think?
So just outside the ad print of the Zangors, there is a unit directly across that's not wrapped, directly across from that objective. What is that unit?
Sorry, as in near where Chris is?
Yeah.
This one?
No. So the center middle of this is hilarious.
I can't see what you're saying.
This dude. So there's Eldrad's wrapped there.
2 dice.
Oh, it's a dice. Oh, Eldrad's wounds. Never mind, guys.
It's a D20.
These small friggin' 25 mil bases with dark looking Eldar dudes on it. That's hilarious.
I'm like, there's just one character in there. There's one. You're like, no, there's 2. So we've got Zangors, or the remaining of that original Zangor unit, currently sitting on that back objective up the top left-hand corner. The objective in the bottom left-hand corner pretty much just has a graveyard of Storm Guardians sitting on it, but there's actually nothing on that objective.
Yep.
Center objective is being held, or center left, I should say, is being held by 3 characters. So at the moment, because those Zangors are wrapping Eldrad, everything else in the middle of the table are characters. So I'm fairly sure Chris has 0 shooting targets, with the exception of maybe, of course, the Rangers, who can target the characters.
Snipe out, yeah. The stuff you could already do anyway.
Yeah, so at the moment, the Wraith Lord's popping out. He's trying to get to a position where the Wraith Lord can be closer to the characters, which he has. He's managed to do that. So the Wraith Lord is going to shoot, by the looks of it, at the, I believe, the Exalted Sorcerer on a disc.
Yep.
Not Ahriman. So Ahriman.
Well, Ahriman's a lot harder to kill through the 3+ invulnerable save. So going for the.
Well, it's not just the invulnerable save. I'm pretty sure order of distance goes Exalted Sorcerer on disc, Zangors, Ahriman on disc.
Oh wow! Okay. Wow, it's that tight. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I think he's just gotten a couple of wounds down on these Zangors. Looks like he's getting some psychic powers off.
Yep, and we've got 4 Zangors to move. And we've got a Doom there as well.
Yeah, it'd be a Doom placed on him also. It's interesting he hasn't been able to stop any of those, seeing as he's got so many Psykers in range. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I haven't seen really any denies, which I'm not sure if that's just poor rolling, whether or not Eldar's throwing hot.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen many denies going on either side, actually.
Barely any. So the scores are sitting at 24-16. What can you conceive of anything Chris can do to lower that gap?
Let's just have a double check.
We just had Ben Mulhol's just come up and shown us his score sheet. He got up 32-19. Our man, our boy, our Patreon supporter, he is on board. He's wearing one of our shirts. We're actually, you want to interview him? Do you want to interview him?
What do you need?
Come to me, my boy.
I'll make sure I grab him and tell him to come over in a sec.
No worries.
So the one thing that Chris couldn't do is he starts chipping away those characters.
Yeah. Actually, we've already interviewed Ben. We interviewed him after the first game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let him roll for this time. Might grab him later.
So Chris has just got the 1 headhunter point so far, so that is one option. He could try and get 3 points from headhunter, which I think is definitely achievable.
I'm guessing that's what he's going for when he's trying to get gun for the Exalted Sorcerer, wasn't he? He was trying to just get another point there and a kill. Because the chance of him getting a kill now in this turn of the game with what he's got is actually really low.
Yep. Yeah, so he's just
Has he
It
charged
is
those
playing around.
Rangers in to combat? He
I don't know if
has.
he-
He's
he's
charged the
charged-
Rangers in. He's just trying to get him onto that objective, isn't he? Just so he gets a hold more.
Yeah. It
Possibility.
looks like it. I'm just trying to confirm whether he advanced or charged. That was-
Well,
it was charged.
he's shot already, mate. So he must have
Yeah.
have
Yeah, it
charged.
was
Man.
definitely a charge. It was definitely a charge.
He's
Yeah.
not that bad.
He looks like he's doing it with the both units or Rangers.
Yeah, he's just trying to mob that objective, make sure he's got more guys on it, so at least he gets some points at the end of this turn.
Yep. Are there any other games you want me to check out?
You can check on Jeremy, or you can check on Liam and Simon.
Yeah, I'll check on Lehman and Simon, because I know a number of the lads on the stream are
So we're going to have a look at Simon Gorkovic playing his Covens of Flesh army against Liam Hackett playing his Orcs with most notably 20 Meganobs army. Now both these guys play each other often, they're both from the same club. Give us the lowdown, brother.
Okay, so just come over to the table, and there's 2, 4, just trying to count them out. There's still 10 Meganobs here accompanied by a War Boss. They're just charging against, they are converted models. I'm pretty sure they're grotesque, but there's a slight possibility that it could be Talos.
He doesn't have any Talos. There's just
Then it's
27
grotesque.
grotesques.
Let's grotesques.
Any ideas? Can you get a look?
scores?
Yep.
So it looks like it's relatively. Yeah. So classic, especially with players who play each other a lot. They haven't marked out the Reapers yet, so they've got quite a few. So Simon has said. So basically, primary-wise, it looks like it's been pretty even. Liam had a massive turn one, getting 4 points to only 1 to Simon, but then Simon got 1 more each other turn. So primary-wise, they're very close. Secondaries, I'm not sure just how many Reaper or Headhunter point Simon's got. He has got a few. So it's looking to be quite close. It's currently on, I believe, bottom of turn 4. So I think it's going to end up quite close. The 10 Meganobs that have just charged in against 3 Grotesque, 2 of those disappeared, and they're gone. He's just taking those out.
Fair enough. Wow, that's pretty big.
And yeah, it's looking. It's hard to say 100%, but it is looking pretty solid in Liam's favour.
Wow, there you go. Just had a message from Tony Not Panics. He says scores are pretty close considering how much it is felt that Matt was in control of this game. You're absolutely right. Matt has not. I feel like he has not had a misstep in this game. That is why he is winning, of course. But look, Chris is no slouch. He was number 1 in the ITC ranking for Australia for most of this year. So yeah, if he knows how to squeeze points out of a game, guys.
100%. So that just leaves Jeremy's table. Check out, assuming I can find it.
I believe he's down. He's like 2 down from Simon on the right hand side.
Oh, you are correct. He's literally.
I can see him from here, you idiot.
He's literally at the table next. Playing against,
just letting you know, the War Walker has just been picked up, and I think a number of the Rangers are about to be picked up as well. Keep going, mate.
Yeah, so the Colt mech list that you were a fan of, the Death Watch looks like they're getting the job done.
There you go, mate. I thought I would have been pushing shit uphill for that. I want both of those armies to win because I love them both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Knights overkill and too much for the 3-up avoidable save Knight is too much for the Admech to handle, I believe. Is it still on the board?
Yeah, so the bodies, there's 2 big veteran squads by looking around. There's a couple of characters. There's most of also at the women, and at least a couple of the loyal 2-part. The Knight's still there. I think it's only taken 5 wounds, so that's pretty brutal. Versus Colt Mech, which pretty much, I can't tell you what the deployment method was at the start of the game, but it looks a lot like Hammer and Anvil, and they've got 2 of the Chicken Walkers pretty much against the edge. One of the crab-like ones, set the Dragoon.
Onaga, Dooncrawlers.
Yeah, one of them left, and a couple of sniper dudes. Like, it's really brutal.
Nice.
All right, and Yeah, I think that is.
That's it, man. Come on back. We're about to finish up this game. So we're into the we're into the bottom of turn. Is it the bottom of turn 4 or this is the bottom of turn 5? This is the bottom of turn 4. And they've got 27 minutes left on the clock.
No, this is the bottom of turn 5. It hasn't been
Okay,
updated.
yeah, they haven't been updated yet. I assumed it was. So this is the bottom of turn 5. So Chris will have one more turn to get some points in, and then we will see where this thing's lie. But I can't see Chris bringing this back and winning from here, but he can certainly cut his losses so that when he goes to his final round, he is further up the field.
Yeah. So yes, so basically we've just got there's still a Death Jester in the bottom right-hand-ish corner near the ruin.
Yep.
Eldred's obviously still in the centre of the table. And
he's about to get smited out, I believe. He's got 3 smites on the staring down at him. He can only stop 2 of those. So yeah, he's about to get smited out, I believe.
there's one Ranger left in that bottom right-hand corner.
Yep. So yeah, that looks like it's pretty safe for Matt to get kill more, hold more.
Matt just did a smite against Eldrad, caused 3 wounds, and Eldrad's just gone 6-6-5 and just ignored them.
Oh, crazy.
He's perils with one of the sorcerers.
Perilding died.
And blown up. Yeah.
Wow, and he's just done mortal wounds everywhere. That's crazy. The plot thickens, guys. That's a headhunter point he's just given away.
Yeah, no. Look,
that's always the risk.
I think he's managed to accidentally give Chris a few extra points here. I don't think it's going to change the outcome of Matt's result.
Not at all.
Matt's still going to end up. If Eldo died or didn't die from those smites, I don't actually think that changes Matt's scores. But of course, Chris now getting an extra headhunter point without having to do anything. I think Matt's definitely got this in the bag, but Chris has just got an extra couple of points, and Chris can still see the podium.
Absolutely.
Or actually, probably not. He probably might miss the podium, but it's definitely make it relatively high in the results. And the larger the loss he can get, obviously, the better. So Eldrad looks like he's got 3 wounds left because Chris counts down. Way I think everyone should do.
Is the Demon Prince in combat with anything? Is it based anything at the moment?
It was in base with
Rangers, but I think he's smarted himself out, yeah?
But basically there is 1 Ranger currently in base contact with 2...
Yeah, he's just either warp timed or charged that Demon Prince over. He needed that one to guarantee he's going to get the kill. Yep, and there's going to put the 2 sorcerers in as well, and they will all but guarantee he mops up Eldrad.
Yep, so the... basically, the Zangors were also not technically engaged left after the models were removed. He's now charged those 2 Zangors into the 1 remaining Ranger, but we've got a better placement for sitting on the objective.
Yep, so literally at the end of this turn, all that could be left is 1 Walker and 1 Death Gesture, if that's correct.
All right, so the Sorcerer on disc went to charge in, needed a 5, rolled a 4.
So this is just the Demon Prince attacking Araman. He's got 3 wounds left. He's attacking. He's hitting on 2s, re-rolling. He's wounding on 2s.
Demon Prince against Eldrad, and so.
There's Eldrad's feel no pains. That's all she wrote. There he goes.
Yeah, so that's look. This is what I mean. I think even though he blew up from and didn't manage to kill Eldrad with the smite, it wasn't overly relevant because the 2 Zangors were always going to kill that 1 remaining Ranger.
Yeah. He's always going to get kill more. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just whether or not he's just giving away another headhunter, which is not relevant to the game. Like at this point, he's got a comfortable win. He might as well giving his opponent more points isn't going to change that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was quite easy the response when Chris manages to pass all the feel no pains against that smite.
Oh yeah, it did nothing and he killed himself. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We're gonna have these points put in. I expect Matt to jump to about 29, 30 points this turn, and Chris will probably go to about 18. Just from the headhunter point. All right, jump back over. Diffy's back. So we should see this game wrapped up probably in the next 10 minutes. They've got 1 more turn to go, and Chris has little to nothing to do.
Where does he pick up a point? Does he try? So he's got a Exalted Sorcerer with 3 wins left there.
All right.
He could probably try and pick that up with the Trident Scatter Laser Warwalker. Oh,
Yep.
is that a Wraith Lord though?
It's a Wraith Lord.
So he's got 2 Shuriken. He's got 2. What's he got? I think he's got 2 Shurikens. 2 Scatter Lasers, 2 Shuriken Catapults. Yeah,
Jeez.
he has to fire to pick up that Exalted Sorcerer. What's up?
Number of the objectives have moved a reasonable distance.
I know.
It's not relevant,
It's
but
not relevant, it
as I
doesn't
said, you
matter.
play it where it lies.
Yeah, it's just
But I feel as though more people should just blue tack the objectives to the
table.
board. I mean, and they don't move.
that there's no options. It's always
Yeah.
going to stay there. Got a 40. Boom.
Jeez. All right, some results coming in. We'll, yeah, so he's going to go for that last Headhunter point, I guess, because he would have got. I'm trying to work out whether or not. I don't think he's entered the Headhunter. I don't think Chris has entered the Headhunter point.
I would have thought he would have had to.
for that.
To my
he
mind,
has?
he was only going to
Okay.
get. Oh no, he did get a kill, and he got a hold. So yeah, he hasn't entered the Headhunter. So he's on 20 to 28 on that.
So, interestingly, and this might be my knowledge of ITC missions, but the kill 1 and hold 1 is scored at the end of your player turn.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Matt had a Psyker die that turn, but it wasn't at the end of Chris's turn.
Oh, you still get it. You
Still get it?
Yeah, you still get it.
Oh, he hasn't entered it. Oh, we're already into.
Sorry, that Exalted Sorcerer did live through the Scatterlays and the Shurikens. He's just walking away from that Wraith Lord. He could probably just smite it out for us from safe distance. Here he goes, about to start.
So yeah, we're in the bottom of turn 6. As far as secondaries are concerned, Matt is going to get
There's
all
a
12
shake. That's
secondaries.
it. There's a shake, guys. So that means I'm guessing that Wraith Lord just got smited out with the first couple of rolls. He's only got a couple of wins left.
So all Matt needed to do in that last turn.
Matt wiped him.
No, but the Wraith Lord's still at the top.
No, I think it just died to smites and then they shook.
Because all right, well that's potentially possible. But remember, all Matt needed was to get Last Blood, so kill something, and
Yep.
Linebreaker, which he's got. And then he's capped out his secondaries. And as far as everything else, yeah.
Well, so if he killed the Death Chester in the bottom, I'm assuming he did.
Yeah.
Or if he killed the Wraith Lord, he's got kill. He's going to kill more. He's going to hold. He's going to hold more. He's going to get Last Strike. He's going to get. So he's going to get 6 points this turn, which is already chucked up. He was on 28. Now he's on 34. So it's going to be a 34 to 20 win. That's a healthy win at this stage.
Mate, that's a great win.
Very healthy
It's a great win.
Especially playing somebody of his caliber.
Yeah. So another good example though of so Chris went down there, but with a 20-point loss. So that's a really
It's not a bad loss.
Well, it's a really strong loss.
If he goes and gets a 35 or a 40.
He got 9 secondaries on a loss, which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think look, obviously you couldn't go another turn.
No.
And probably wouldn't have anyway. But
no, that's it. Turn
no.
six. Okay.
If it went like obviously non-ITC, if it went to turn 7, Chris may have been able to pick up another Headhunter point.
Oh, he was. Well, I believe he was.
He didn't cap out.
I believe it was.
I don't think so.
I think the Wraith Lord.
I think the Wraith Lord's still there, but look, we can ask.
Well, then how did he get a kill and kill more?
There's a there was a Death Jester.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So basically, there was a Death Jester under here.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
So what happened is in Chris's turn 6, the Death Jester, which was here, came on in, and look, I can't tell you what he did to the 2 remaining Zangors, which are currently on that bottom level. He may have killed them, he may not have, hard to say. But then all he had to do to max out his scores to get was to take out that Death Jester, which he did. And then so, look, that Wraith Lord may be dead, but I don't think if he killed that Wraith Lord, it had any additional points relevance.
We finally figured out who Statler and Waldorf is. Had Ben Medbury messages the hecklers from the Muppets. Fair enough. I'll drop it. Actually, I'm
100%.
honored.
So
I'm honored to be called those.
Yeah.
two.
So the question was, what game is getting streamed next? Top table, 100%.
Eric
So that would
Lathuris
be
versus whoever he's playing.
Yeah, Eric Lathuris versus probably 4th or 5th.
Either Liam or Simon, whoever wins there, or probably one of those two.
Yeah, be interesting. But yes, we'll definitely be definitely be streaming that top table.
Because you can't play Matt. He's already played Matt, and Matt will be strongly in second place now.
Yep.
So Matt will play down, and Eric will play down as well. So third and fourth will play first and second.
Possibly. There's an inch. Yeah, I think there's going to be an interesting little set there. So Hayden Walder, keep in mind.
I could play on.
You might find that Hayden plays
Morrisoli.
Morrisoli,
Yeah.
and Eric plays the winner of the third or fourth top table.
Yep.
So depending on how
Depending on their
big
scores.
the wins might be, it'll be really interesting to see. But it's worth pointing out that there was three people in contention for the LVO trip.
Yep.
Matt Morrisoli has pretty much knocked Chris out of that
He has.
contention.
So Chris was number one, and in contention to get number one in Australia. Matt Morrisoli was, if Matt's all his scores go in on time, he was going to be
They will
number
be.
one.
I've already discussed.
Oh, beautiful, no problem.
So, yeah, yep.
So Matt has literally just knocked one of his contenders out for the opportunity to go to Vegas in 2020.
Yep.
Which is huge.
Well, all right. So look, so Chris is now on 5-2, whereas Matt is on 6-1.
Yep.
So technically, if Matt loses, he'll be 6-2, and if Chris wins again, he'll be 6-2. That's what I'm saying. It is Eric is the only player to guarantee himself a podium finish.
Yep.
Right now.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Everything else is fair game, which is absolutely. Look, that's what you want to see. Like, I look, with 130 to 140 player event, 145 player event at the start of the weekend. It's great. It's great that from a podium perspective, we can't just go, oh, we already know who that's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's it. Look, so it keeps us guessing. Keeps me more intrigued than ever. We'll do another little shout out to our sponsors, OTP Terrain.
Yep.
They've got a massive sale of 15% off their wares till the 1st of Feb. They're scrolling across the bottom right now. Enter the code OTP 15% over at www.otpterrain.com. So they do 3D printed terrain, anything from 6mm up to 32mm scale terrain. So that's whether or not you're playing Titanicus, 40k, whether or not you've got Knights, whatever it might be. It also got a number of different, so obviously we're more focused on the 40k stuff because that's what we predominantly play. They've got tiles for Shadespire, they've got more fantasy style terrain, and they've got modeling conversion kits. So Tim that we had on the commentary after his game in round 3, I want to say, he actually found out about OTP Terrain before we ever heard about them. Because he had conversion kits for his Tau Riptides, which he got through OTP Terrain 4 weeks before ATC,
Crazy.
and we met them at ATC.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, top job. Another shout out to the Army Painter. Head over to Facebook, check out the Army Painter, hashtag More Time for Gaming. They promote or sell products consisting of primers, washers, paints, all kinds of clippers, glues, all kinds of cool stuff. Their goal is to make sure you get your army on the table as quickly as possible to a great standard. And if you want to see how that really works, check out their Facebook page or even their YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find videos and tutorials on how to do things like their spray dip method, or the LVO prep for Nick Nanavati's Orcs was great. And if you keep an eye on the Facebook page and Twitch for Down Under Network, we'll be doing some more hobby-focused streams in and around our tournament streams going forward, and I'll be showing you how to deal with primers predominantly, but other products as well. How to deal with primers in an Australian weather conditions, which are extreme.
We got Matt Morrisoli coming over here right now. Do we want to get him on for an interview?
Yes, we do.
All right, we'll give the people what they want. We'll see if he's up for it. If he's not up for it, chuck this on.
We're going to give him an option. You're all right, come on.
Come have a seat, my mate. All right, gentlemen. This is Mr. Matt Morrisoli, #1 in Australia. He has just secured himself one less guy in the running to take the top prize.
G'day, dudes.
How do you feel?
Good, man. Yeah, pretty good.
How do you feel about that game?
Look, I think after turn 1 I was pretty confident.
Yep.
I think when
I think you had every right to be.
the planes whiffed a little bit there, but look, with that many sort of shit kicker Harlequin characters hanging around the back of the board, there's always some shenanigans that go on. And the Solitaire comes in and can wipe a whole unit out, and you got to play very cautiously against it. But look overall, I'm pretty happy with how it all went down.
You had some very brave plays, which we thought were pretty amazing. Putting Araman out, piston in the wind, in order to get the Death Hex off, and then risking him not getting off warp time to put him back into safety. We thought that was pretty ballsy and awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
But
it
as
was.
soon as you dropped that down, and I made Diffie tell me, what psychic power has he been willing to expose Araman to get off on them? He said Death Hex. I'm like, Bloodletters go in.
Yeah.
And we didn't know there was one on the bottom level. We thought all of them were up the top. We're like, so he's not going to get many attacks in. But the one on the bottom level was like, that just cost him the unit. The unit's gone.
Yeah,
He's
so
going to get like
we
12 more guys in now.
We had a pretty big discussion before that actually happened about which of the Warwalkers could see for the intercept stratagem.
Yep.
And once we established I was only getting shot by one, I was pretty happy just to to throw Araman out there. And look, even if I'd lost Araman at that point in the game, I would trade Araman for the
bikes.
Yeah, for the whole unit of bikes. So that's all of his anti-infantry right there.
Between them and his Guardians, that was all you needed to worry about for actual Horde clearance.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
So taking one of those off the table, with the expense of only losing essentially buffs and a smite, when you already still have 5 left, that's a good trade.
Yeah, dude, look, once 2 planes were down as well, and the 3rd plane at that point, I decided to go all in and just remove as much board pressure as I can. It let me hold the 3 objectives on my side of the board for the whole game.
And I think it's a bit of a testament to Chris that he was on such a back foot so early, he still managed to get 20 points out of that game.
Yeah, no, look, he played that very, very well. There were a few people last night at dinner saying his list wasn't that good, and they didn't think he was quite as good as some of the other players at the top, and he definitely played that very, very well.
Yeah. The only units we were questioning is the Warworkers and the Wraith Lords. We were like, if you take those out, put some Reapers in, put some other big tough tech choices, even a Wave Serpent to hide some of those characters inside of. That certainly builds in resiliency. And one Wave Serpent has almost equivalent shots to those 3 Warwalkers. Anyway.
Yeah. But those Warwalkers are actually really good. I sort of looked at them and I was pretty confused when I saw the list. But for 162 points for a unit that sits at the back of the board, with the Farseer for the intercept stratagem, I think they're really good.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Positioning wise, we thought you were. I was quizzical on when you were going to drop. I thought you were going to drop turn 3 because I thought you had the -2 to hit Plague Bearers. They had virtually gone unscathed up in turn 2. It was turn 3 when they got dropped, but that's because you had no other option. You had wrapped. Oh yeah, the double fight stratagem with the Bloodletters, wrapping that Wraith Lord. We were like, masterstroke.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to shoot but -2 to hits. He still managed to kill all the Plague Bearers though, didn't he?
Yeah, mate, those Warwalkers rolled absolutely out of their ass.
We were like, there's no way he's going to get through all those. He's going to have like 5 or 6 left. He'll probably burn 2 to keep him.
Well, yeah, one of them moved, and I got -3 to hit, and it still scored like 6 hits. It was absolutely bonkers, yeah.
Wow. That's insane. Chat, if you've got any questions for Matt Morrisoli, he's put himself solidly in 2nd place now in the rankings. I don't think there's anybody who could jump him down unless Liam gets like a freaking 40 or something, which I don't think that's possible. So you're probably going to be playing. You're going to be playing for a podium. That's it.
I think so, yeah. It looks like
if Eric goes down and you get a big win, you could come first still. How does that feel?
Yeah. Oh, look, it'd be great. I didn't think this list was good enough to go 8-0, and I still don't think it is. But I definitely thought it was a 6-2, 7-1 list, so it's right where I thought it was going to be. And I think it can mix it with all the other lists that are up there. I've had a lot of practice with it, so look, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a very, very good game around 8 for me against another very tough list.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a magic game. So we've got Joey Martino, who's on a solid win as well.
So Martino won?
It looks like when last he checked, it was like towards the end of the game, the knight was still there. I think that means he's winning.
Yeah, normally,
He's versing an Admech Brigade as well.
Yeah, you got that army.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's a bit outclassed there. Although, bringing an Admech Brigade to Cancon, what a champion.
Mate, going 6-1 like
with an Admech Battalion. What a freaking champion.
I respect that,
Yeah, look, Jeremy's of a certain caliber of a player, and we saw his game against Eric, and that was one of the best games that we've ever called. So, we're going to wrap up this stream, guys. Any last questions for Matt Morrisoli before we go? That's Jared.
Oh, Jared, thanks for painting my army. It looks sick.
Look, he was complaining about how you treat it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this stream up, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back in about I think it's an hour and 10 minutes. with
Something like that.
after
Big lunch break, yeah.
Yeah, big lunch break. We'll be back then, and we will wrap this up, and we'll be joined by the Chapter Tactics crew as well. Come back in. We'll see you soon, guys. Peace out.